Johnny, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you?
Doing all right. Happy
Te-
Straturday night.
well, technically, you're 10 seconds too late, man.
Oh, I lost it. Missed it.
It's now Sunday morning for you.
Well, Sunday morning.
For you, for me, it's only 9 o'clock p.m.
Yeah. It's the end of my vacation.
My whole night is Saturday. This pretty much ends when it hits Sunday for me. Sometimes. Right. I mean, we go later sometimes. But.
Yeah, you guys had a long one, New Year's. I was in for a little bit, but then, man.
That was crazy, man. New Year's Eve?
I think I woke up and I just checked it. It was like, it was pushing 6 a.m. and it was like, I checked it out and you guys are still on.
It was crazy, man. We went over 9 hours.
Wow.
On Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday nights, which we call Talking Guitars and 80s Metal.
Yeah, with Mancuda.
With Jonathan Mancuda.
Was it you and the two of you the whole time? You and John, and then different people in and out?
Yeah. Yeah, different people jumped in.
I caught a little bit of the beginning, and I was on for a little bit, and then after that I was out.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So what is it? Well, if we want to keep it, Saturday night, I'll say it's 9:01 p.m. out here in Santa Cruz because officially you got 12:01 Sunday morning where you are.
Yeah, it's all good.
So it's now.
We can still pretend it's Saturday,
Sunday. What would you
Sunday?
what would you call that?
Saturday. Let's just call it. Let's still call it Straturday.
I don't know. Hey, you guys.
Hey.
Hello, everybody. Hello. This is Johnny Beane. And who is that? We're on the headphones.
John Biel.
John Biel.
That's what they call me around here.
Good to see you, man. And by the way, you guys, make sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. We love having you guys around. You can hit the notification bell if you want to get the alerts right when we go live or there's new content.
Yeah, don't forget to hit that bell so you'll know when Johnny's got his live stream going. It took me a little while to catch on to that years ago. I was like, how come I keep missing? I subscribed. I can't see it showing.
The bell. Well, the thing is, the bell can work both ways, though. That's the problem.
Well, you're not coming on at all hours. Like you have a scheduled, kind of time that you come on. If you're going to come on do something else, it's going to be on your other channel, right?
Maybe. I'm trying to figure out, different things. I'm still trying to figure out the whole YouTube thing, even though I've been on here since 2006. Literally.
Well, it's always changing. It's always changing.
There's over 2,000. There's over 2,000 videos on the channel here.
Wow,
that's
crazy.
Yeah. YouTube is always changing.
That's an archive.
It's the last 13 years, 14 years, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, 14.
What'd you say? 2004?
I think 2006.
6?
Yeah, YouTube came out in 2005. And I created an account in 2006, mainly to post videos of Howie, my Dalmatian, mainly. But I was also doing kind of the vlogging thing, way back in the day.
I was doing a lot of videography. I had a sort of a videography business where I was doing weddings and stuff like that, doing local theater and stuff. So I had a channel, way back at the very beginning. It had to be 05, I guess. A bunch of clips, but nowadays I think all they offered there was back then was the low quality 360 video maybe
on YouTube.
So yeah, back in the earliest days.
In the earliest days, it was pretty
low quality. You watch it now and it's like, oh my god, that's like watching 80s TV.
Right. Well, it's not just the it's not just YouTube itself. It's whatever your quality is of whatever you're filming with.
Right.
You know, because
nowadays that is, but back in the day, wasn't it? You had a limited bandwidth and limited everything. Wasn't there on YouTube?
Probably.
Yeah. I don't remember. I know it was
probably
maybe it was standard definition, like 480 or something like that.
By the way, it's January 4th.
May the 4th. No, January 4th.
January
I still have not seen Star Wars yet, but
the new.
I'll get around to it. No, I mean, geez, I'll tell you, when people just start talking about it and everyone's just trash talking it, it really sets your motivation down to go see it. You know,
dude, I saw it.
But I know you were one of the very few people that actually really liked it.
And did you like the last one before this one?
I enjoyed it. I didn't have problems with it, but you know, I've maybe watched it 4 times all the way through.
Well, I think if you liked The Last Jedi, you'll like this one too. Although,
and I know what to expect. I mean, it's kind of you know it's going to be an action, you know, just fast paced, you know, space thing. So I mean, I love that. So
I will say, well, I don't want to give anything away.
No, you don't have to give.
I liked it. I mean, I didn't like the previous movie. I mean, I think they're all good. There's never been.
There's always something in any of them.
Now we're talking about Star Wars. There's never, for me, there's never been an awful Star Wars movie.
Right.
I've liked everything Star Wars there's ever been. But as far as, I mean, to me, there's, you know, Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi.
Well, and yeah, you grew up like me, and there was a whole kind of
grew up on that stuff.
A lull period between, you know, the mid 80s to the late 90s where there was nothing. It was like, you know, we were hoping that there would be another series or something, and finally in the late 90s they start coming around, and I love that. I mean, in looking back, they're not my favorite movies, but when those new movies were coming out, and even the re-releases in the late 90s, man, I was all over that every day. The first showing, like, of the first you know, the first day it opened, and THX and all of it, had to have it all.
Well, I'll tell you, for me, hey, we'll say hello to everybody. We got people jumping in here.
That's right, we got people.
I would say for me, this movie, The Rise of Skywalker, is the best Star Wars movie since the original films. That's what I'm going to say.
That's a good review.
I thought it was, you know,
basically not like number 4 on the list for you.
No, it'd be number 4.
That's what I said, right?
You said not. You said would be or wouldn't be.
Would be number 4. You know, Star Wars, Empire, Jedi, then this one,
and then this one. Yeah,
good.
I guess. Although, like I said, you know, I enjoy all of them. But I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, we could go.
We can talk about this more in like 5 hours.
Yeah.
You know,
who was it? Dogpaw says Stargate can kick Star Wars' butt. Stargate, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed a little bit of that. They had one movie and then they had the TV series, right? With Kurt Russell, or Kurt Russell was on the TV.
Oh, I remember. I remember seeing that on.
And then I think what's his
whatever
name?
that was.
Quantum Leap guy was on. Scott Bakula was on the TV series.
Oh man.
But who's in the chat?
Wow. Hello, everybody. Let me change. I'll leave the ticker for a little bit. Just to remind you guys, you're watching Straturday Night live. Right. So I tried to put a pause in there, so it doesn't sound too much like something else.
Right.
Don't forget to subscribe and smash that thumbs up. How many thumbs ups we got? We got 19.
Oh, let's get that up there. Come on. 20.
20. There we go. And we got one of these. Thank you very much. 51. We got 51 crazies in here tonight. Oh, 52.
51, 52, 51, 50. It's all good.
Yeah. So, hey, welcome. Who's in here? We got Janice Lala. Welcome, Janice.
Hey, Janice.
David Ennis, the man.
The legendary
David Ennis. My sponsor, David Ennis. Where is it? There it is, right there. The David Ennis Wolfgang.
Mm-hmm.
You're the best, man.
That's not the David Ennis Stratton parts, right? That's a different story.
No,
right?
no, that's my first. My. Did you see the video I posted the other day at Guitar Center?
I saw one of them.
I found like they had like basically my
your
first guitar
yes,
in there.
Yeah.
That's the same as this. The same as that.
What kind is it? What kind is it?
It's a Fender Squire Bullet.
Oh, nice.
From Japan, from the 80s, early 80s. But something else I was going to say really quickly is I've been trying, like I said, I've been trying to figure out, YouTube lately and what to do and whatever. I'm even contemplating changing my channel name. Maybe. I know I always said I would never, you can never say never. Okay.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out different. I've got things written down here, which I'm not going to show you guys, but I've got different ideas, different stuff. But one thing that will happen.
Here we go, folks. Big news.
Well, it's not really. Not really. But one thing that I'm thinking is I will definitely post a new video on the channel here every day. Literally every day there'll be something. So whether it's a live stream, like for now, Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, trying to do a live thing on Monday mornings. Mm-hmm. Trying to do that. The Beane stream. Hey, Tony, that's a good name, man. The Beane stream. I have to remember that. I'm gonna have to grab that domain before somebody steals that. Know what I mean? Yeah, possibly. Well, the thing with Rob Johnson is he'll text me or call me, early in the morning. Hey, want to go live? Let's go live. Want to go live?
Doesn't give you much warning, yeah.
And so
I'm pretty spontaneous with him.
I literally, I'm just out of bed when we do those things. But trying to figure out, some Monday, because I do have some time off on Mondays now. Monday mornings.
Well, you used to do a Monday show, right? You used to have a Monday show for a little while.
Back in the day, yeah, we were Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 Eastern. And people loved it. People couldn't get enough of it. And then and then eventually I couldn't do Mondays anymore. So we went to Tuesdays.
I think as long as they know what the hours are and they know what to expect, I think then there's very few times when I'm just like, or when you miss, if you miss a stream and then it's like, you can always catch the replay or you can get, the next one coming up.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's always that's one of the things with YouTube is there's always the next one, you just keep doing it. That's the whole deal. No matter how bad the show is going to suck tonight, there'll be a better show Tuesday.
That's right. Of course.
But so anyway, I'm trying to figure out, I'm actually trying to, I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah. What are you trying to figure out?
Just different
formats and different ideas. I think it seems like you get some different, graphics ideas and stuff with the StreamYards. Mm-hmm. You can do different, you can play the videos and stuff, or play show screen share and everything. I guess you could do that with the other stuff too, but we didn't do that too much. You can, you can do stuff like this. That. Which I know that looks kind of cheesy, but did you take that picture? Is that a console you worked on, or?
No, technically not. It's
not normalized. I'll give you that.
That was a free picture.
Kind of set up for randomness.
But the cheesy stuff in the middle I did. And it's all kind of weird,
It's a good graphic. I like that.
Well, because I make them on my phone, and my phone is busted apart. The screen is lit, and so it's.
Don't you have Adobe, the Adobe suite? I use that once. I mean, I don't use it as much as I should, but
I've got that as well. But that's the thing though. That's what I was trying to say is I'm looking to, in the new year here, I'm looking to post content on the channel here every day. So meaning, for live, for now, I think we'll keep the Saturday thing. I already got the domain. StraturdayNightLive.tv. It's. I think we'll keep the Saturday thing for now. Tuesdays are totally happening, so Tuesday definitely. And then Friday, but the days and those middle days, I think there'll be
new content
uploaded videos.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, filming the videos, making the thumbnails, it's a lot of stuff.
Sure.
And if you guys noticed, just like the last week alone, how many videos I put up. I think almost every day. I think almost every day. I think every day last week there was something, and possibly the week before that. Possibly. But
there's plenty of stuff to do. There's plenty of stuff you can talk about, reviews, all that stuff that you've been doing. Different news.
So and there's guests. There's I've been thinking about people to invite on here and so there's all kinds of stuff going on, I guess.
It's a new year for the Johnny Beane.
New year.
Johnny Beane Live, and stay tuned for updates every day.
Yes. Except tomorrow, I'm sleeping in. No, I don't know. We'll see.
Tomorrow I got to get back on my regular schedule. I've been on vacation for 2 weeks. Well, sort of vacation. I've been working a lot too, but for my regular job. So it's back to the sort of 9 to 5, 7 to 4, whatever it is, grind. Yeah, Jay's been checking in, and Paul was checking in earlier. So those guys will probably be around a little while. Michael Smith's in there too. Michael Smith's out there.
Michael Smith. Yeah, Michael. What posting machine, man? Look who's talking, man.
Yeah,
Michael Smith, man. Non-stop stuff. Crazy stuff.
It fills up my feed. It's good, and it's always good content.
Some of that stuff, man, I'll look at it and I'll be watching it. A lot of them are GIFs that just repeat. It's like in a loop. And some of that stuff is just so insane. I'm just watching it, like just laughing.
Yeah. Puts you in a good mood usually. Yeah. It's a lot of that stuff can be depressing when you're feeding through, and then all of a sudden you get like a wounded animal or something on one of your feeds.
Yeah, that stuff I'd rather not.
I don't want to watch that. No.
Fret Level Midnight. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah. Hey.
That's going. Where is it? There we go. Thank you. That's going towards the StreamYard since they forced me into paying for this. And I've got a trip coming up.
Yes, you do.
I'm driving down to the NAMM convention.
When is that coming up? Next week? 2 weeks?
Like 2 weeks.
What's today? The 4th, I think, or the 5th.
It's the 4th here.
And you're going when, on the 20th or something like that?
I don't know. Let me check.
When's NAMM?
Is it on my calendar? Well, let's ask the people in the chat. When is that? Let me look at my calendar. The 16th.
Okay, so it's the week. It's next week. Well, you got this full week coming up, and then the week after. So a week from
2. It'll be over in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
actually 2 weeks from today is the big day. Is Saturday at NAMM. So 2 weeks from today, there won't be a show like this, but there will be something. Who
are you meeting up with down there?
Oh, a lot of people, man.
Yeah,
it's insane. It's insanity, man. But Fret Level Midnight, thank you so much, man. Thank you. Yeah, because I'm driving this year. I'm driving with a friend of mine.
Nice.
So,
how long of a drive is that? What, down to Anaheim? Is that where it is?
Yeah. It's I don't know, 6 hours.
Oh wow. California's a big state.
It is. C1 3PO. Hey.
Hello, boys.
Hey, man.
Hello, Jay. How you doing?
Pop out chat. Live chat.
Wow.
So big doings in the Ibanez world right now.
Do you want to talk about that stuff?
I figure we will.
Mm-hmm.
But let me just is there a puke button anywhere?
Oh no.
How about that?
Big doings? Oh man.
Or
I haven't heard it, so
well, we'll show them to you. We'll show them to you. I don't know what he's thinking.
interesting.
Yeah. So how's everybody doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Good.
Happy Straturday night.
Yes.
Happy Straturday night.
Happy Saturday night.
Happy.
Chick-fil-A for dinner tonight, and my stomach,
What'd you have?
dude. Man, we were putting Ellie to bed, and I was in there ripping them. So I got Ellie saying hot gas, hot gas.
Oh my god.
So it's fine. So I left. I forget what I had to I know what it was. I had to go to the bathroom. So I left Ellie's room, closed the door. So Beanie was reading her a bedtime story. Yeah. I left, came back about 5 minutes later after I used the restroom and took some Pepto.
Uh-huh.
And as soon as I opened the door, I was like, whoa.
Wow.
Man.
You know it's bad if you're grossing yourself out. It's got
every week, you guys. It seems like on Saturday nights, you guys are talking about how your digestive problems.
I don't really consider it a problem. I mean, I have no issues going. It's just
it's a problem. It sounds
hey,
like
as long as there's a bathroom nearby and it's clean, it's no problem.
true. I guess if you can take care of it, sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everywhere I go, my regular places, I know where the bathrooms are. I know the time to hit them up after the what do you call it?
Lunch rush, the breakfast
after
rush.
they're cleaned.
Yeah.
You know, I know there's this one department store I go to. I go there only for the restroom, and I know after 3 o'clock. I know after 3 o'clock they cleaned it. It's spotless.
Yeah.
And let me just say that the department store I go to, it's mainly women's clothing. So the men's bathroom, there's no one ever there.
We're not supposed to do that in Victoria's Secret.
You know? No.
No, it's called Shitoria's Secret when Johnny.
Oh, hey.
Hello,
Hey.
Paul.
Hey now.
I heard we were talking shit.
Literally.
You brought the Muppets with you too.
Yeah, Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, the greatest band in the history of ever.
Dr. Teeth.
Wait, say that again?
Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem,
Oh.
Come on.
the Muppet Band.
Was it Mona on guitar or something like that?
No. That's Floyd. I think that's the guitar, if I can see that.
He was
And
the
of course,
sax
Adam.
player, Floyd, wasn't he?
No,
I'm off.
Zoot
I'll let you
was the
take care of it.
sax player. Zoot, and then that's Janice. She's the
Janice.
hippie.
Oh, okay. I'm all way off.
And then, of
Been a
course,
long
there's Dr. Teeth himself. And that's Zoot right there. Not pictured. I can't see the whole thing. Not pictured. Rolf, the dog, on
Oh,
keyboards.
yeah, man.
Yeah. I think
But
at
of
that
course,
point, they'd
Animal on
already-
drums. I think. Did you say Animal?
Yeah.
Paul,
So
can
I
we get you louder by a chance? Because John Biel is just overpowering right now, and I don't know how long I can take it.
Louder? All right. Let's see.
Everybody, step away from the microphones.
Away from the mic.
Yeah.
Michael Smith, dude. Michael
Am
Smith.
I
Johnny's
louder
louder than
now?
me.
Is that better?
Johnny louder than me.
Oh wait, I'm hitting the wrong button. Where is it? It's this one. Wait, I gotta keep going. 2, 3.
4.
Wait, it's YouTube. So wait. There we go. That's about right. Thank you so much, man. That's at least that covers StreamYard for a month.
There you go.
Thank you so much, dude.
So, question: why, Jay, could you not hang with us on New Year's Eve, or did you already address that?
Let's just say it was a little too serious for my. No, dude, I was
Drunk?
I was telling, who was I telling? Was I telling Johnny? This might have been like the first night, the first New Year's in a long time where I didn't even have one sippy poo. And I was just tired. I was up here. I had you guys on. I didn't stay on the entire 9 hours.
Did it go 9?
Sorry?
Did it go 9?
9 hours and like 2 minutes.
I thought you got choked out at 8. I thought YouTube choked you out at 8.
Back in 2015, they did. Apparently, that was a 2015 thing I was reading. I know that I've seen there's people that upload videos that are you've seen those videos that are 10 hours of just random whatever.
27 hours of the Knight Rider theme on repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at least 10 hours. You can do at least 10 hours. And after 9 hours, we were thinking it's like 1 more hour.
Well, it's funny because I think I was on for 3. And that's about all I can stomach of me. So I can't imagine why.
Yeah, I think that's about all I did was maybe 2 or 3.
Well, Mancuda was just the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
But no, those bang energies. Now I had you guys on. Somebody mentioned Metal Soda says I was in the chat. I was in chat for a while. But
I remember Mancuda was trying to like berate you, badger you into getting on.
That made me not want to go on. Yeah. I'll tell you that right now. Because I was telling Johnny, I had the link open, and then that happened. I was like, I'm not going on.
Because that's just what he wants you to do.
Because then it's like a huge buildup. And then I get on, it's like, oh yeah, Jay's here. It's like I can't match that excitement when I'm there. It was the buildup. It's all about the buildup,
So Jay would have been the dry hump on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, exactly. I would have been. No, I can't say this on here. But no, But there's one thing I got to pick somebody's. I got to pick a boner with about the Beatles came up. Somebody mentioned the Beatles, and then Johnny, I think you said something like Jay's probably throwing up at the thought of the Beatles. And then you kind of said something about what I feel about the Beatles that I don't think is true.
Who said that?
Actually, Paul, you might have been the one talking to Johnny about the Beatles.
I have no memory of Saturday.
I have no idea what you're talking
whenever
about.
that was.
Not Saturday, the New Year's show.
New Year's Eve.
All right.
After 9 hours, you hit the stop button and your mind just erases.
Well, Johnny kind of said something about what I feel about the Beatles, about them not being as something. And that's not entirely true. I totally get what the Beatles are, what they mean to music, rock music, well, music in general. I understand all that. They're the biggest rock band ever, biggest band ever. I understand all that, but I just personally am not a fan. I don't,
I get it. You don't have to keep defending. You just
but I feel like I need to defend myself because it's not true what was kind of brushed over. So I just want to get that out there. And I will say all the things I've said positive about them. I will say that, and I'm going to get crushed. I know it, but I'm fine with it. And I've said this on the show and got crushed. But when I listen to the Beatles, Ringo Starr it's like, oh my, I don't get it.
Yeah, you have a hard time with that. We talked about that.
The exact opposite of a Ringo Starr fan.
The jury is in on the Beatles, and the people have spoken. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter what we think. I mean,
yeah,
I own all their music. Not my favorite band, but I'm also in the minority. I mean, the history has shown who they are, what they are.
Yeah.
And without the Beatles, boy bands don't exist. Metal bands don't exist. No, I'm not trying to refute what you're saying.
Okay.
I'm like history has shown all of this shit exists because of what they did first.
Right.
Recording techniques and all that stuff.
Wow.
All of that said, that doesn't mean we have to bow down at the altar.
They didn't necessarily do it all first either.
Not everybody's going to like everything.
I bow down to the altar of what they've done and what they did. I'm just saying personally, like I've never, I don't think ever put on the Beatles with the, intention of, hey, I'm going to listen to these guys. It was, I've tried to like them and listen to them as far as like when the music's on, but I can't, man.
For like a non-Beatles fan, I think the first thing I would say is put on Sgt. Pepper with headphones, and if you can get through that whole, I mean, it's not even that long, maybe 40 minutes or something like that.
But that's George Martin, though.
Well, that's
he was the
Beatles'
fifth. He was the fifth
thing.
Beatle.
Yeah,
Do you think "Love Me Do" or that early stuff was anything special?
George Martin, to the Beatles was what, say, like Ted Templeman was to Van
Quincy
Halen.
Jones.
Oh, right. No.
Michael
You get
Jackson.
a good producer can make or break a band, and I would think Jay of all people would know that. I mean,
Yeah.
Mutt Lange made several artists what they are.
He was the eighth Def Leppard.
Yes, he was the ninth arm in Def Leppard.
Well, not to skip off the Beatles, but I mean, now that we talk about Def Leppard, you've all seen the classic albums
Hysteria.
when they're talking about Hysteria. And usually a lot of bands, when they talk about their producer, either A, they don't mention the producer, or they kind of say, they say nice things about him, but the band usually likes to take the majority of the credit for what they are and what they've done, right? Whereas Def Leppard, those guys are talking about Mutt Lange like, hey, if there was no Mutt Lange, we wouldn't be shit. They're basically saying like whatever Mutt said.
And it's the Beatles said the same thing.
Yeah, he was like the decision maker. If anything, they would always refer to what Mutt thinks.
Well,
and I find that very cool.
There are guys like that get name dropped all the time. Eddie Kramer is a guy like that. Andy Johns is a guy like that. Bob Rock is a guy like that gets mentioned. Bob Ezrin. These are guys, Jack Douglas, that are responsible. I mean, Jack Douglas is responsible for all those great Aerosmith records. And, oh, by the way, the Ted Nugent records that everybody likes too. I mean, there's certainly guys that are acknowledged as being, like, if you want to really have your mind blown, most people accept that John Bonham's drum sound is singular and one of the greatest drum tones ever laid to tape, not realizing that it's not really John Bonham that got that sound. It was Andy Johns that got that sound. And if you want examples of that, you can go grab.
Is it Andy or Glenn?
It was Andy.
Yeah.
You go grab some of the Detective albums, the band Detective with Michael DeBar, and listen to the drum tracks on those Detective records. They sound absolutely identical to what John Bonham was getting on Zeppelin 4 and Physical Graffiti and stuff like that. So when you talk about tones and producers, I mean, Reinhold Mack made Queen sound the way they sound. He and what do you call it? Who did the Cars records too?
Jump Bill.
Not sure.
I can't believe this is bothering me, and I know people are going to know this.
It'll come up in the chat.
Yes, it's killing me right now.
I just Googled the first car produced.
Candy-O.
The first
it's Benz, by the way.
But the guy that produced the
Roy Thomas Baker.
Roy Thomas Baker. You grab Roy Thomas Baker and those Queen records. Listen to the Queen records, like Night at the Opera and Day at the Races and all that stuff. Then listen to the first Cars album and listen to those background vocals and how symphonic and layered they are. And that's a thumbprint of the producer. So, look, a band is great if they've got the songs. And if you listen to some of those demos of certain bands, like listen to the Van Halen demos, the Gene Simmons demos, and then see what Templeman did when he put his fingers on it, or Bruce Fairbairn did when he put his fingers on it. It's a total different thing. I mean,
Gene Simmons made Van Halen sound like Kiss.
Right. But to me, the worst sounding Van Halen record is the one produced by Mick Jones, because I just don't think it holds up overall in the end. So, I mean, a producer can make a record sound timeless, or they can make it sound incredibly dated. And that is either a good or a bad thing, depending on how you feel. I mean,
hold on a second. Are you talking about 5150?
Yes, I think 5150.
I thought Mick just produced Sammy's vocals. He had nothing to do with the mix.
Yeah, wasn't
or the music. He was just there to produce Sammy.
Well, Sammy's the only thing on the record that holds up.
Well, I was going to say that's easily his best vocal performance. They're on that album,
I would say so. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I mean, he hits notes in that record and goes to a place on that record.
Yeah. Don and Mick were both producers on it.
Yeah, but I know that Don wasn't happy about when Mick was brought in either.
There's a story behind it all. Yeah.
That's a great one too.
But look, we talked about this with Caleb when we were talking about his Christmas song, and remixing and mastering and all that stuff, all that comes with it. An objective set of ears that's not connected to the band officially can be the difference between a massive record or a piece of shit.
Yeah, anybody that's worked on an album for 6 months or something like that is going to be tired of it, and their ears are going to, not be accurate to what you have to have somebody on the outside listening to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, somebody that knows what they're doing.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and that there's a reason why those guys make bank. Certain guys that, look, Bob Rock is the producer of arguably the greatest records, greatest sounding records of the 80s, and even the Black Album as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you listen to Sonic Temple and you listen to Dr. Feelgood and you listen to
First Kingdom Come record.
Yeah, the First Kingdom Come record. Those are huge sounding records.
Yep.
And there's a reason why that guy, when his phone rings, the meter starts.
Mm-hmm.
I heard somebody told me that if you want to get Mutt to produce your record, it starts at $1 million, and you've had to have sold like over 10 million records worldwide or something like that. It was some crazy thing.
Didn't we check it out? Like some of his recent albums were a lot really pop hits.
Yeah. Well, he's done how many Nickelback records?
Right. It wasn't Britney Spears and stuff like that.
Well, look, and Mutt does. Of course, he was banging her at the time, but the Shania Twain records sold a lot of records.
Yeah, Britney Spears.
It's funny you say that because I had on Loverboy a few weeks ago, and I had the record on that Mutt produced, and a song came on, and my wife, who had never heard this Loverboy stuff, she goes, "Holy shit, that's a Shania Twain song." I'm like, well, it's funny you say that because Mutt Lange, and she knows who Mutt Lange is, and she, the whole Shania Twain, like you said, but she had no idea, Loverboy and that Mutt produced this record. And I was like, and then she showed me the song, and I was like, holy crap.
Well, that's like what we were talking about Tuesday night. Listen to the great radio controversy from Tesla. Listen just to the beginning of that record. I think it was the first song, Hang Tough, right? Is that the first one on the record? All right, so listen to Hang Tough, then listen to the first song on the second Soraya album, When the Blackbird Sings, and which I think is called Queen of Sheba. And it's literally the same song. Sandy Soraya was Brian Wheat from Tesla's wife at the time. So, there's a little bit of that, when Billy Corgan was banging Courtney Love, that's the reason why those Hole records were doing well. Because somebody goes in there and goes, hey, I'm going to put my Midas touch on this thing. And granted, go ahead.
If you look at his catalog too, the difference in artists like between AC/DC and Def Leppard, something like that he was doing in the early '80s, there's a huge difference between those
the
bands.
5150 tour catalog.
No, looking at his.
No, I know what you said.
His production credits. But he was able to produce very vastly different artists, just AC/DC and Def Leppard, the way you listen to those Back in Black and then listen to, Pyromania.
But go back to High and Dry. High and Dry. He made High and Dry sound like an AC/DC record. The guitars, the SG guitar tone and all that stuff. And I actually, as much as I love Mutt Lange doing the AC/DC records, I prefer the Harry Vanda, George Young records. I prefer the early records for the rawness. Stuff listening to Powerage and
raw.
High Voltage and Let There Be Rock. Those records are filthy. They're almost punk. It can be argued that Mutt Lange polished AC/DC to the point where they lost a little bit of that edge. And again, different singer, so different tones. You got to wonder
and
what
Mutt Lange
would have done with Bon Scott.
And Mutt Lange wanted to have these bands play in arenas.
Right.
Yeah. Let's. Do you want to sell millions of records? Then here's what we're gonna do.
He also did For Those About to Rock, right? Yeah. So that song alone with the special effects, the explosions and all that. That's like a heavily produced song for 81.
And those records. You listen to you want to hear a great AC/DC song that Mutt Lange puts his stamp on. COD. From For Those About to Rock record, COD or Evil Walks, have these massive sounds that just, it's like when you've got a guy who produces a record that you can't turn the record up too much. Like there's no way that there's no volume at which the record
sonically, yeah, nothing's gonna just,
it sounds perfect. Ears. You can't listen to it too loud. Mutt Lange knew how to do that.
Mm-hmm. Metal Soda's asking what Loverboy song. I don't remember. It's one of the first probably 3 songs on that record, the one that Mutt did. There was another one here. Hey, Nightbot says, stand out with a highlighted message in the chat. Send a super chat.
Super chat.
And Metal Soda says Danny Carey's snare drum or snare sound is good too. Hell yeah, it is.
Danny Carey's snare tone tends to sound like a snare with the snares off.
Well, he does use that a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of parts where he turns the snare off.
Phenomenal drummer, arguably one of the best drummers in music today. And Tool Records are another band that sounds sonically phenomenal.
Who produces them? Is it
Adam Jones? I think the band is fairly hands on with that, but I think Adam Jones does a lot of the production. I could be wrong, but I think
they're definitely uniquely sonic, masterpieces in some ways.
Well, and there's something. Joe Barresi, right? He mix the last 2 or 3, or Joe Barresi mixed.
There's something special about a Tool record. Here's how you know a band is important when they can spawn a sound that other people try to mimic
and can't get.
Earshot tried it. Chevelle has been trying it their whole career. There's a whole bunch of bands, Stained to a lesser degree, have tried to sound like Tool. And Tool are, when you talk about a band being singular, that's a singular band.
Mm-hmm. Mark Effect says Sylvia Massey. Sylvia Massey produced Undertow. That's the last record she did with them.
Sylvia Massey?
Yep.
I ran into her. Actually, Michael Smith. I have her as a friend on Facebook. And
Isn't she the brains behind Motley Crue? Wasn't she the woman that signed Motley Crue over at Elektra?
I don't know.
Sylvia.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, Michael Smith and we were on the escalator leaving the NAMM show, and there was this woman in front of us. And I'm like, I know her. And so we were walking. I'm like, hey.
She was in front of you, and you knew who it was from behind, huh?
Well, because, you see her, getting off the escalator.
From green jello to Tool.
So anyway, hey, I'm like, I know you from Facebook. And she's like, hey. And she had these, remember, Michael? She had these drawings. Actually, I have it.
Drawings of you?
No, I have it in my cabinet. I can actually, since we're talking about this, I'll get it. I'll show it to you. But anyway, it was her. It was Sylvia Massey.
Yeah, she's got a huge catalog.
Let me show you. I'll show you what she gave me.
So when Johnny said, hey, I know you from Facebook, she's like, hey, I don't know you.
It's funny you were to talk about being behind her and recognize her. I'm behind this adorable little woman at Henson Studios at the Van Halen Different Kind of Truth showcase thing. We got flown down there to do that, and I looked down at this woman, and she's got these big, beautiful eyes, and I looked at her, I go, I'm sorry, are you Cassandra Peterson? Because that's what she had, red hair. And she looked like Cassandra Peterson, who is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. She turns and looks at me. She goes, no, I'm Tony Basil.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, my God, you're still ridiculously hot. Like she was like, I turned to look at my buddy. My buddy looks at me and goes, smooth.
60s, right?
So I inadvertently called Tony Basil
Elvira.
Cassandra Peterson. But she's got to be in her 70s and still just like jaw-droppingly hot.
And her name was Cassandra.
Well, hey, look at this. This was from
Whoa, man.
This was from Sylvia Massey. Right here.
Oh, that's cool.
I've seen that before, yeah.
She gave it to me. And look, it's signed by her right there.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. She drew that? Cool.
Well, I don't know if she gave it to me. I saw her on the escalator, and she's like, here.
Sylvia Massey's on the escalator again.
she gave asshole from Fashionable Mail.
She gave this to me, and it just happens to, she didn't know I had chickens or anything, but I just thought it was funny. And then Michael Smith took this home, and then Michael mailed this out to me.
Michael's a special kind of guy.
But yeah, how to make a chicken?
He's special.
You think they're using a cluck track?
Oh,
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 is that what it says?
No, I'm reading the comments.
That was
people put up there.
that was fucking brutal.
Yeah, she missed the whatever the hell that thing is. That would have been perfect.
Massey is back on the escalator. Good morning, Mr. Spenning.
What a great movie.
Yeah, it's underrated and overlooked in his catalog. Fly, fat boy, fly!
Fat ass.
Fat ass,
Fat ass. Fly.
fly!
They're coming up with a new one, aren't they? A new with Bob and Jay.
You bonk LaForge in the dome, we go and smoke a bowl. That asshole LaForge.
LaFours with the sock and the
LaFours.
sock full of quarters.
Sock full of quarters. We go smoke a bowl.
Now, John BL.
You guys have seen. I was talking to Johnny a couple weeks ago about what is it? The damn. Now I can't remember it.
Way to go. That was your moment right there.
Wet Hot American Summer.
Fucking jokes.
Wet Hot American Summer. Have you guys seen that? Jay or Paul?
No.
Nobody's seen that.
Wait, nobody saw what?
Wet Hot American Summer.
No.
Wow, you guys have got to see that.
Wait,
Someone
is it
in
a
the chat-
show?
Someone in the chat. No, it's a movie from like 2000 or something like that. Someone in the chat, tell them what they're missing. Because I know people have seen that. It's been like free on Netflix for years too.
I'm about to piss.
And it's got
Ace
everybody
off.
from the SNL and I don't know, like Molly Shannon and
Ace, leave her alone.
What's her name? The girl from Parks and Rec. All those people from I don't know. Yeah, a few people have seen it. Definitely. Never heard of it. Wow. Fret level nice.
My wife said
You've
it's a
got-
movie, but then they did a show as well.
Yeah, the movie.
spin-off, I guess.
I think
the movie.
fairly recently they did another like a reboot of it, like a part.
Yeah, I think
two
it was
or
a series on Netflix. My wife was watching it because that's where I thought I saw it from.
By the way, as soon as you said movie, I heard you say movie cow.
I might have, dude.
movie.
Movie.
There's a funny comment in here about the chicken picture, and
The
Yeah,
Egg
Paul
joke.
Rudd, Janine Garofalo.
The Egg joke that Dave
Yeah.
Zimmerman made. Yeah.
yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Zim steps in.
Wow, Johnny leaves and we're just
Oh no, where'd he go? Who knew he was keeping this thing together?
Did Ned bring something in?
Oh, that's true. It might have. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, Ned must have a mouse.
I was about to say I'll do a little screen sharing now with this Ibanez news, but
You have
Well, yeah, when
news?
Johnny gets back, I'm interested to hear what you get to say.
Johnny.
Johnny's busy cleaning up a
Johnny.
carcass.
Man.
So I think I've owned the new truck for just under a month, and I've put like 2,000 miles on it already.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I'm going back and forth to a friend's house she's moving, and she lives like an hour away from me, so it's like 60 miles each way. So
Yeah.
like about 120 miles each day. For 20 days. That's going to do it.
Yep. What'd you get? What's your new?
I bought a
I think you
19
talked.
Yeah, I bought a 19 Ram Rebel.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool truck. And then I've spent most of my time driving my 16-year-old Ram 2500 because it's got an 8-foot bed in it, and helping somebody move, that's a little bit easier than driving one with a 5.5 foot bed, So what, Jay tapped out too?
I guess so. Somebody made a rude comment about his new guitar.
His new guitar is fucking sweet.
That's right. Come on.
Now, you can't badmouth the Gem, man. It's the best Super Strat ever made. By the way, for the past 2 weeks, I have been going back and forth between my SG and my EVH striped, man. I fucking love this guitar. And I know, again, they're not the big, they're not the fucking Wolfgang, and it's not
EVH. Is that the
is
Charvel
EVH.
or? Oh, it is. Okay, yeah.
I do have a Charvel though. I have two of the Charvels. I have the Charvel, this one, and then I've got the Bumblebee. But I think and you can pick these up now for like $600-700 used. For $700, you can't touch this guitar. I haven't tuned this thing in like 2 weeks, and it's still. It's fucking always in tune.
Yeah.
It's always in tune. I love the fact that they hand painted these things, that it's not a decal.
Right. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
It's just what a fucking great.
And aren't
guitar.
they coming out with what's the new one coming out at NAMM too? Isn't there a version of the Frankie that's coming out at NAMM? I don't know. There's Johnny and Jay.
I love this guitar. Can't play it worth a shit, but always in tune. The neck, the unfinished neck, is fantastic. We were still talking about the Johnny, the EVH striped. Still love these guitars.
Johnny, what's the new one coming out at NAMM? They're expecting.
I don't know.
Oh.
Ned.
Ned's
Did
been
you guys
going
see
back
that?
and forth. Yeah, he's been running in and
Did
out.
you see that guitar body just fall down?
Oh no! Oh yeah, yeah.
That.
Was that a strap body?
Yeah, Ned is messing around.
Ned doing the mess around.
Yeah,
Doing the mess around.
Oh my
By the
god!
way, I just inadvertently was playing a Mama's Boys song. I don't know that we're going to get a copyright infringement on that one. I apologize.
Oh man!
Remember Mama's Boys? Irish band. Look at Ned. What's Ned doing?
What's he got?
Has he got a mouse?
No, he's got a guitar.
Oh, he's playing with.
Oh, there he goes.
He's out. He's got a troll for some pussy.
Business to take care of.
So
you gotta get one of those little like GoPro cameras that you can put on your pets. See what he does out when he goes out there.
Oh, he runs.
Yeah.
He just runs.
Or even just sometimes you can get like the tracking, like a GPS tracker that shows where they went, like how far their territory is and all that. It's kind of
cool. Yeah, we might do that. Yeah.
Jay, what were you gonna say?
Oh, he's screen sharing. Let's see. You ready?
Yeah, Chris Carwan, I want to apologize. He sent me a message earlier about when he was on the show last night, and we were leaving gymnastics when he messaged me, and I forgot to respond. I apologize.
You're in gymnastics?
You're going to be in the 2020 Olympics, or?
Ta-da!
It's a big year for you, man.
My daughter.
It's a big year for her.
Chris is a good dude.
She comes to watch me.
This is where I got my black Ernie Ball from.
Oh yeah, he mentioned
that,
last night, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that was your guitar, the Paul."
Yeah, he didn't like it.
Hey,
he says he's getting out of the Van Halen guitar game. He traded his Wolfgang for
his 09.
His 09 Wolfgang for a Les Paul Gold Top for a 57 Gold Top.
Yep.
Not a real 57, obviously, but a 57 Gold Top reissue.
That's pretty serious, man.
Yeah, I mean, he had to pay some extra dollars for it because that 09 Wolfgang is not going to match up money wise for a Gold Top, but he said he's pretty much out.
You ready?
Oh. All right. So what's this? What do we have here?
Can you blow me up?
Well, you can see your other pictures in the bottom screen.
Yeah, I don't know how to not have that. Dude, they're the pictures that me, you, and
yeah, I know.
Dave send to each other.
Who knows what's in there though?
Hold on, let me see if I can I do this?
Are you on?
Click on the picture itself. Will it
still does it
highlight it?
Are you on?
But click on the picture, like the actual big picture.
Do you want me to do it? Because I can actually pinch and zoom in on stuff.
Yeah, I can't do anything right now with this. I mean, I can open it in a new tab, I guess, but I don't even want to mess around right now.
You don't want to do the mess around?
Yeah.
Where would I find that? I'm sure it's on a website, huh?
What's the point of it? What was the point of putting the picture up?
What?
What was the point of putting the picture up? What's your news?
Did you see those disgusting guitars?
What, the new ones?
Yeah.
I didn't see anything disgusting.
What?
You have to see a better picture of it, I guess.
Where can I find those?
And this isn't official.
Didn't Jay send them to you? You guys said that was on your feed.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, dude. Where the hell were you 4 hours
in where?
John BL.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, but if I show that, it'll
Johnny,
show
check your messenger, Johnny.
It'll show the pictures on the bottom.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Dude, I don't have anything in here that's like, we don't send each other those kind of pictures, or do we?
I don't know. All I know is that when John BL shared his folder, we saw a browser's fucking folder. So
Did you?
I wasn't that drunk.
Did you?
I don't think there was a browser's folder.
Hey now.
I know I showed my address.
You don't think?
In fact, I know there's no browser's folder. I know there's no browser's folder on there.
I don't think that was there. Okay, well, let me see. I'm sure if I search Ibanez.
Dude, just show it. I mean,
just the Ibanez new.
I can't zoom in. I tried. It won't let me zoom in on it. And if I can find that picture, I can. Here we go. Wait. No. That's something else.
Whew. Chris says, Johnny, take a screenshot and then crop out the pics on the bottom.
Let me see.
Let me see what we got here. my wife, she's watching downstairs. I'm getting text messages. She's making fun of me. Rightfully so, too.
Were these the ones you were showing? Yeah, here you go.
Huh? Where'd you find them?
I just searched Ibanez, new Ibanez 2020.
On Google?
You mean ugly Ibanez 2020?
I don't know. No, these signature 2020 gems. Is this what you're?
Well, they aren't gems, but yeah, that's.
Where'd you find that?
Johnny, do you know how to search Google?
I did.
It's like I said new Ibanez guitars 2020. That's what I searced.
New Ibanez guitars 2020.
It's like 2 or 3 pages.
New Ibanez guitars, everybody.
Everybody, come to the ballpark.
How about this one? I don't know. Is that new? Is that brand new?
I wish, dude. Jeannie showed me that before, and I was like, I wish that was
looking one.
Gem.
Get away.
Hey, Halface said it's in the Brazzers folder. That's how he found it.
Exactly.
Wow. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Get away from that guitar.
Okay. I can share this.
You got to use like a search engine, Johnny. Remember web crawler?
I found. Wait.
Hi, buddy.
Netscape Navigator.
Hi, buddy. Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves. Okay, I found it. Man, this coat that I'm wearing, every time I like move my arm, a feather flies out, and I got feathers flying around.
Yeah, your chickens are looking in like, oh shit, what's going on?
Oh wait,
John is the only guy I know that does this show in fucking outerwear. Like he's like Nanook of the North over there, and I know it's because he has his window open so Ned can get in and get out. But It's about, like Johnny is always like dressed. He's dressed for an Arctic.
Well, you live in Arizona, so what's the lowest temperature you get around your area? 60s?
35 this morning here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's damn cold.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I mean, it goes from 35 to 70 once the sun.
That's a screenshot. Somebody took a picture with their phone on that Ibanez shot.
Yeah, Johnny just did. No, I'm joking.
How come I can't zoom in?
You gotta right click on it and say view image. Right click and view image, Johnny.
What the fuck is up with those monkey grips?
Man, dude, they're not monkey grips. They're like flat, look like cut out pedals or something.
Oh, you know what they look like? They look like those old who the hell guitars? Man, not Parker.
Miss Parker?
No, there was somebody that made guitars like that. Dane used to have one. Dane over at Zim's had one. And it was basically the frame. It was like, you know how like when you see the X-ray
not performance, right?
No, it was like the X-rays of a chambered, a completely routed out Les Paul. Oh, that thing's hideous. That's terrible looking.
Well, what is that? Like a what's the pickup color or cover on
that? Is hideous looking.
Yeah, look, those monkey grips are I don't know. They're not horrible.
Oh my God, John BL.
Well, they look kind of like commas or question mark or quotation marks or something.
I mean, look. I mean, I like. Look, I
don't know. Don't fix what's not broken. I would go that direction.
I do like the idea that that Steve Vai wants Pia to get some.
Did she design them?
I hope not.
Yeah,
probably had something.
Probably who designed the instead of the
it's all Pia's, so I guess she probably had a hand in designing it.
Oh, that is hideous looking.
I mean, the only thing out of there, Johnny, can you go like that pink,
pink with gold is kind of it looks kind of interesting.
Can you go to the right a little bit or no? Or down? Can you show the other colors? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go.
Envy green, huh?
And
I do not envy it.
And puke yellow.
And it's got the and it looks like the coexist bumper sticker on the neck. Yeah, that's
yeah, I don't know about the yellow one, the green. I do like the pink though. That's kind of I like the pink with the gold hardware. Is kind of interesting looking.
There's the gold hardware for me.
Or the gold logo with on the headstock is really cool. I like that.
Yeah, Steve stole my idea. You see, I have a two-tone headstock with the pink and the black. That's all me.
Yeah, I don't like them.
I don't like the new grips. I mean, they're okay, but don't fix what's. I mean, the original grip is perfect.
But if you go to the right, yeah, DiMarzio. The only thing I'm excited for is the new DiMarzio Utopia pickup.
Why?
Because it's a new Steve Vai DiMarzio pickup. I want to hear what it sounds like. Because I have I have an Evolution bridge pickup in 2 guitars, and they sound awesome.
Yeah, I get the Evolution in my Gem 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then my 777 has the PAF Pros.
So are those all new?
I got a dog whining to go out. Excuse me.
A neck, single, and a bridge. They're all new Steve Vai pickups.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like the same thing with the Evolution.
Full set.
All 3 of them are named Evolution. It's a full set, but I don't think you could buy the middle pickup, the middle Evolution. I could be wrong.
Is that like a chrome or like a brass cover on the humbuckers?
They're probably
almost looks like a Gibson kind of like a PAF cover.
Well, yeah, because if you go to DiMarzio's website, that's an option, but not with that finish on top of it. But
it's hard to tell with those pickups. What are those pickups?
They look like those old Ibanez. Remember those old Ibanez guitars from the 70s, and the pickup covers had like butterflies on them.
What?
Do you remember those?
No.
John BL.
Dude, that gold hardware is just God.
Let me find what I'm talking about. I can keep.
Well, I know
Here,
Ibanez definitely had some crazy designs back in the 70s.
Wait a minute.
So I made a prediction, and I'm always wrong with this shit, but I made a prediction that these guitars will be in production for 1 year, and they'll be on the clearance racks by the end of the year.
If they're on a clearance rack, hell yeah. I mean,
dude, look at the price.
It's like back when when the Kramers were around. When they first came out, and then you could buy them on a clearance rack in the early '90s for $100.
So MAP, I'm assuming that's our MSRP over here on that picture. $34.99.99. So what would that be? Would that be a 2,700, 2,600, 2,500?
What unit of money was it?
Pounds, well, I don't think this is from America.
European.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe it is from. I don't know if it's from the European catalog.
The euro.
What are you when you go in the bathroom? No, wait a minute. How's it go?
But the euro is not on there. It's the $sign for both. So I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell.
Well, they use
if you're American before you go in the bathroom. If you're American when you leave, what are you when you're in the bathroom?
You got pizza or hot pockets over there. Hot pockets.
When you're in the bathroom, you're European.
Hot pockets.
Okay, I messed that up. But yeah, I was talking about one of these. Do you guys remember these pickups? The Super 80. That's what that reminded me of. Is one of those.
Flying finger neck pickup. Yeah, before Ibanez really became standardized and it was like all just super strats, they had a huge catalog of all different crazy, they had some custom double necks that I know not Paul McCartney's guitar player used to play those.
That's a butterfly in there, right?
Or a fly or a frog or Paul, my wife wants to know your dog's names. And I just told her I can't feel my face right now.
What's the matter with your face?
It's numb.
I've heard that song.
I can't feel my what?
I can't feel my face when I'm with you.
Tell her the big bouncy one is Ace. He's the male, the one that tries to eat my hand. And Lemmy is the fat, lighter one. And she is probably, I don't know, 10. They're both rescues. I just had to grab some chicken fingers while I was out there.
Is Paul crackling for anybody else?
A little bit.
No, you're crackling for me.
He's crunching.
I do hear the crackling.
Does anybody else hear me crackling?
No.
Yeah, you're stuttering for me.
Am I still crackling?
Am I crackling?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Paul's feed or Paul's connection right now or something.
Paul's feet.
You want to jump out and jump back in?
Bail out and try and jump back in.
Okay.
Oh, I hear that.
Yeah, it was doing that for the past like 20 minutes, and I was like,
it wasn't. It's not on. It's not me.
No.
It's usually me.
Yeah, Hal Face said Paul Crackle. That's his new nickname. Hey, Paul Crackle.
Cracklecky.
So did anybody besides John Biel like those new Ibanez Pia guitars? Because I personally wouldn't be caught dead.
Well, like I said, don't fix what's not broke. I think the Steve's he's always releasing every 5 years or every couple of years he's always got a new line coming out. But
what I was talking to Nesdal about,
he's kind of always kept the same design.
Yeah, but I know the only thing I had a problem with was not having
colors.
Yeah, the colors with the gems. After a while, I
didn't like that yellow one.
You say you don't like it?
No, I didn't like that yellow one. I did like the pink one. Looked good. Looked cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should have stuck with his normal gem, make a Japanese gem, and then if you wanted to launch a new line,
Johnny,
just put one. Come out with one different line, that's fine. Nobody would bitch because right now it looks like, unless they release another gem before NAMM or at NAMM.
It could be at the point where he's like, Pia, you do something because I'm out of ideas.
Are these new ones Japanese or are they Indonesian?
Yeah, they're Japanese.
Well, therein lies. You just have to deal with an ugly guitar, but it's going to be well made.
Oh yeah, of course. These are going to be great guitars, but I'm just saying it sucks right now. Let's just say somebody wanted to buy a brand new gem this year.
The only Japanese gem you can get is the 7 VWH.
Exactly. Yeah. And now they're not making it this year. It looks like, unless they release it.
So there's no 2020 gem.
There's no 2020 Japanese gem.
Yeah, they'll continue to make
what is the
charge you $1,400 for them.
Yep.
What's the difference in specs between these PTPs or any of these new ones?
Well, these are rosewood. Well, no, because the ones for a while have been rosewood. He switched to rosewood a long time ago.
2001. No,
that was ebony, right? The 2001s.
Yeah, the one I have is ebony.
Yeah.
I want to say they changed in like 2008, 2009. I could be wrong.
So the specs, I guess, I think they're still. Hasn't the white gem, the Japanese one, hasn't that been made with alder for a while?
Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
Somebody wake up Nesdall. Did anybody get the phone number off that receipt he showed us last night? Let's call over there.
I do have an unboxing. I actually have a couple.
The surprise unbox, the shock
little items, couple little
unshoxing.
Exactly.
What am I even saying?
I don't know. I
may have to mute my microphone.
Yeah, Tom.
Oh, that's horrible. Did you see that?
Ron Padgett said
2004.
Terrible, man.
Well, I gotta talk about this too, because when I was speaking to Nesdall earlier,
I just like the gold on the pink on the headstock. I like that. That looks cool.
It looks like, but on the pink it looks like mustard. The mustard colored.
It looks more orangish.
Okay. When you think of like what my opinion was, if they were going to release a guitar like this, put out one finish to kind of battle, I guess, the Jiva, which is Nita Strauss's signature guitar. And I know it doesn't really resemble or look like a chick's guitar, but it's a chick's signature guitar. So, I mean, personally, not saying anything against anything, but I wouldn't play it. You know what I mean? This guitar should be out to kind of, try to take a bite out of that market. Because Nita Strauss inspires a lot of young girls to play guitar, and they're buying her guitar.
Anybody that does that is a good thing, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Say that again?
I said anybody that does that, that's a good thing.
To inspire girls, younger girls to get it.
Anytime, anybody
younger
to grab a guitar.
Mm-hmm. Well, didn't you guys hear? Taylor Swift is the next Eddie Van Halen.
Well,
Taylor Swift sells
she's
a lot
another
of
one
guitars.
who's absolutely a lot of guitar sales because of her.
Yeah, that's the weird part about it. Taylor Swift sells a lot of guitars.
Mm-hmm.
Acoustics, yeah. Well, no, she plays other stuff too, doesn't she?
The guitar club at the school I work at is all girls. It's all we haven't been able to get guys into that for a long time, but it's great. It is. It's just a sign of what's to come. I mean, it's all Taylor Swift is the one who's inspiring. There's no male kind of rock god like Eddie Van Halen was back in the day. There's nobody out there now. It's the singer-songwriters that are getting people inspired.
By the way, Jay, to answer your question, the Gem V or the Gem VWH, whichever one you want to call it, the Gem 7 Vi signature is alder. In 2004, they switched to the rosewood fretboard.
Okay.
And they've also played with the Edge and the Low Pro Edge tremolo. It's been on depending on what year you bought.
Yeah, he's gone back to the original Edge last handful of years, I guess.
Yeah. 2010 tremolo replaced by the original Edge. So, so it's weird because, you know, if you like the Edge, you have to deal with a rosewood fretboard if you want it spec'd out stock. If not, you can get the Edge and just replace it on the because I have the ebony on my 2001
Stallion White.
Love it. Stallion White.
I guess what would they call those kind of teardrop monkey grips?
Yin Yang.
Yin Yang, yeah.
Yeah, it's a yin yang.
I don't have a problem with the different grips. I mean,
but Jay, so Jay, what's your biggest issue with that guitar?
I mean, two things just jump off the screen at me. Whatever those grips are, and just the hardware, man. Like, I completely agree if the white one had the gold because that's his signature color, scheme right now. The green or the green with the gold looks like vomit, and the yellow with the gold. I mean, that's just ugly.
It looks too busy.
Is there any other?
Too much shit on it.
You can say a gem looks busy and distracting, but that has that says something. This is just like, what am I looking at?
What were you thinking?
I think it's
write a comment.
I think it's too many.
There's no comments.
What are some other monkey grip styles that are out there? I'm looking at a couple. There's obviously the four finger position.
And then there were some oval ones too, like on some of the cheaper models.
There's this kind that I don't know if you call it a monkey grip, but I've seen a few of those.
Can we go back to the? Oh, never mind.
But then some of the monkey grips on some of the other gem signatures between the original.
They don't have the finger.
They don't have the fingers. They were just cut like an oval, because the original monkey grip was cut for Steve's hand, and a lot of people don't have fingers that fill that, so it felt weird on them. So plus it's cheaper to just route out an oval than it is to route out.
There's another one.
Yeah, there you go. There's some of the. And even that one, that looks like it was.
I don't think that's an Ibanez.
That's not. It was hand done.
That's a hammer.
Grab some of the like the 7 I don't know.
But there's a whole history of monkey grips. That's kind of what I'm getting at there.
Oh,
Right.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Right.
I mean, okay.
I don't know what the purpose of that is.
Okay, that one. I'll
give you that.
me, man. I love tallies, but
how about this one? This one. Just a horn with a grip on it. Or what do you call that up?
That's kind of. I mean,
You're alone, Ace. Good boy.
So there was another picture though, right? Or was it just?
Yeah, they had the description of the guitars.
It was infos.
So let me look because I have it up here. Hold on.
What's a monkey grip? A monkey grip. That's a monkey grip. Monkey grip.
So they call that the Pia Blossom Inlay. Now, if you're going to call the pickups the DiMarzio Utopia, they should name that instead of the Tree of Life, which is Vi's neck, the Pia of Life.
Can you read that?
Wait a minute. Let me get my glasses. Hold on. Who's that? And it just came in here.
Hello.
Who's that? Michael Smith.
Who the fuck?
Oh, Michael Smith. Welcome.
Hang on a second. I want in.
Oh crap. Jay, you'll be dealing with that soon.
Look at Jay. Looks like the Fly.
No, he looks like what was that? Bono.
Yeah, he did the Fly. Yeah.
Is that Mike?
Make sure I can see what's going on here.
Johnny, your future's so bright, you gotta wear shades, man.
You guys all have hats. I don't have a hat.
Paul
doesn't have a hat.
Star Trek.
That's right. That's right. I'm so retarded right now. I couldn't even do that right.
What's up, Devo?
Hey, Michael.
How's everybody doing, man?
Good. How are you, man?
We're just shitting on the new Ibanez.
Oh God.
Oh really? Oh my gosh. What's so fucked up about it? Everything?
Did you see the pictures?
No.
Yeah, it's
Jay's not happy with their new direction.
I actually don't like it either.
Really, is that bad, man?
It's too much.
Okay.
It's like
I can't believe they let him put 4 different finishes out.
Wow.
Look at your recent searches.
that's a cash grab.
Well, it's like I said. I mean, he's kind of out of ideas, and he said, "Isn't Pia an artist? Is she an artist, or what's
His
her
wife?
Yeah, but what's her day job?
Yeah,
Steve Vai's wife.
I guess so. It's like a Yoko, like the artist. Like it's. I hate to compare her to Yoko, but
No, I mean,
it's your turn.
Steve. Yeah. Steve Vai
Oh my
is one of the
gosh.
nicest guys in
No, and
music.
I don't know. And I certainly I don't want to put that.
Yeah,
on
he's one of the
already
nicest
did,
guys in
but-
music, and it would suck.
Several times.
I'll accept it.
It would suck if we like we're bad mouthing. Like it's not. This has nothing to do with his wife. I just don't think
No.
it's a good looking guitar.
hold on. Can you scroll down a little, Johnny? All right, now I just put 2 and 2 together here. The white one is the main model. The other 3, like the gem, they're all limited editions. The pink, the green, and the yellow. Like the gem is when they,
So the SLW is the main one. The
Yeah,
Stallion.
but do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't it look like? I mean, it's a clear opportunity for them to go, hey, the first 3 777 gems got snatched up and they were collectors. These are not guitars people are going to play. The guitars, this is a blatant attempt to get somebody to go, oh, here's a limited edition thing that they only made, and they're only going to make this for 1 year.
Yeah,
because
I don't. Maybe not the main model. If that thing sells, which I don't think it will.
But when you think about it, all commodity does that, right? I mean, you have pictures, you have, name it. If they make it limited, they say that we're going to only produce this like coins and stuff like that for 1 year. You try
limited.
up.
How many is limited? How many do you think is an acceptable amount of limited?
777.
There you go. That would be perfect, actually.
Or it'd probably be whatever his wife's favorite number is. So if his wife's favorite number is 9, they'll make 999 of the 3 colors.
Yeah, but that's what the companies do, though. I mean, let's be real. They want to drive the price up.
Well, they did that with this one, the yellow gem. They made 250 yellow.
How many they make, Jay?
250 yellow, 250 pink.
And how did they come up with that number? You have any idea?
25th anniversary.
Oh, I guess that.
Okay. All right.
And then 777 or whatever of the green. It was something.
They weren't supposed to make any of the green.
That's right. That's right. You said that.
Yeah. So if you can find a 30th or 25th or 30th anniversary green one, grab it. Of course, you're going to pay $4 or $5 grand for it, but you're going to pay $4 or $5 grand for a real 777. So,
Crawboss, at least Ibanez can get pink right.
Yeah, but
the RGA series, Jay? Have you looked at some of those?
So I got to ask everybody out there, and Paul, you have one. If you play or like how the white and gold gem looks, and if you're a fan of it, do you see that white and gold Pia and you're like, yeah, I like that, or you're like, what are you doing?
I'll give you what my thought, because I do own one. I own the Gem 7. The 2 things I don't like about the Pia, well, 3. I don't like the monkey grip. I think that the neck doesn't make any sense. It doesn't really flow. And I think the pickup covers, the engraving of the pickup covers are just too busy. They're just too busy. I just think there's too much there that's noisy to the eye. It's like remember when Fender put out those Paisley Stratocasters and you were like, Jesus, man, enough.
Yeah.
I
love
think
those.
it's overkill.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's overkill. So that's my thought on it. Now, that said, everybody knows those guitars are going to sound fucking fantastic. They're going to be great. They're going to be great to play because despite what some people believe, Ibanez makes a fucking superior guitar. They make especially the Japanese ones.
Johnny, can you go to the Ibanez page? I'm looking at some of the ones on the 2020 Ibanez page. There's some interesting new. Well, I don't know how new.
We were there last night. I think.
Right back.
Some of those. what are these? Well, I don't know if they have all the same specs though. New Iceman is a Paul Stanley signature.
Yeah, I don't think those
where are you at?
The problem is
Just
a lot
Ibanez,
of those,
their website, New Ibanez 2020.
a lot of those
Oh,
are
just
like
the
are
actual
like
website though.
The Indonesian Ibanez are so friggin' overpriced.
Eric Johnson.
$1,500
No,
for
Andy
an Indonesian
Timmons.
guitar because it's got Steve Vai's name on it.
We were looking at these last night. I remember. We looked at these.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I was looking
Yeah.
at. Some of those look great. I mean, I get no complaints for Ibanez.
They make a great guitar. I Mike, you
really do.
control all you want, but Ibanez makes a great guitar. The jury is out on it. How many people are playing them? There's a reason why.
Oh, absolutely.
What's that white one
there's
there, Johnny? The
RG. Yeah, that one there. That one looks
The gray one?
RG. What's that? RG,
yeah, that one.
5170. That's not a bad looking guitar. Again, prestige series, so it's gonna be Indonesian. So that'll run you $14.99.
It's got an edge. It's got an edge on it.
Guarantee it sounds fucking killer though.
Oh, I'm sure. I have no doubt, but it's overpriced.
How about that? Look at the one with the kind of go back, Johnny. The kind of premier one that they show at the very top of the on the website, the 2020s. Yeah, just go to products. I think new products.
Nectar guitars.
No, yeah, the one on the bottom there. You just went past it. The first one that came up. Right there, the first one. But where is it? Go back up. Go back up.
It's moving around.
I'm not controlling it.
I can't get to it. I can't get to it.
You can't control your fucking internet.
The RG 112.7, 1127. Who is that? Caribbean Islet Flat Fiat. What the heck is it? Flat.
Oh, there it is.
CIF. That's just that finish looks amazing. It's
Paul,
kind of like a beach. It looks like a beach almost. Here.
Paul, I'm surprised your pooches ain't playing with you.
This one here.
They're taking a timeout right now.
Okay.
Lemmy is eventually going to start trying to get my attention, and then Ace
Where's
will get
Ace?
pissed that she's getting attention. He's off to he's in front of Lemmy, but you can't see him on camera.
Fucking love it.
I know.
Yeah, oh god.
Is that bird's eye on that top?
Yeah, look at that, man. Look at that blue one.
That's a great finish.
Yeah, is that? But you
It's
got to
like a
wonder if
beach.
that's
It
a
reminds
top
me
or
of
a
a
veneer.
beach. Right.
Say again?
That's
So you
bird's
got to
eye.
wonder
Yeah.
if it's a top or a veneer.
Probably a veneer, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Probably, right? Depending on the price. How much is that?
Although, what's the difference between a top and a veneer? I mean, I guess a
One is
veneer
a
it's just the size, the thickness.
Yeah, one is basically a sheet that's been cut really thin.
They're both, aren't they? A top, like a Gibson, like a top on a
The
on a Les
thickness
Paul
makes the difference.
Yeah,
But it's still a natural finish of the wood, though, right?
exactly. Yeah, it's just you're just
A
I mean,
veneer. A veneer is put over the top.
Yeah, and it
A
could
veneer is very
well,
thin. It's like could be like an
Oh,
32nd of an inch.
They'll get,
So
they'll get a piece of wood and then they'll put veneer over it to make it look like the way they want it to look like.
A veneer is for looks.
Remember the old photo flame?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, which was basically a piece of vinyl that they put over the wood to give it a grain feel.
Okay.
And you never know what it is now. I mean,
Well, and some companies will even just do a wrap. Like, I mean, something like that could be. But I think Ibanez is, beyond that.
Remember the Polaroid tops?
yeah, but the veneers are
They're always a little greenish.
They fade over time.
Remember, you had to blow on them. You had to shake them.
Yeah, exactly.
You had to shake those guitars and blow on them to get the real colors to get the colors to pop.
Put a
I don't know, but the more I'm
strap
looking at
on
this
it,
one, it
you
looks like it
fucking
could
make
be.
it look good.
Oh, this is the Caribbean.
That's
Yeah.
a great.
So yeah, that's what it is. So
I'm
it
wondering how
looks like-
genuine it is.
Oh, even
what series is it?
It's a pretty
an RG.
guitar, though,
RG,
man.
yeah.
Even the headstock.
It
Premium.
looks like a beach, man. That looks. I'd go. That looks great, man. I like the kind of the.
That's really good
concept.
What'd you say? Premium up
I was
top?
going to say, is
Just the
premium
premium
Ibanez. Is that something new that Ibanez is doing?
I think
their
premium.
headstocks?
I think premium might be. Yeah, it tells you what series it is and give you an idea of where it's made.
PB must be premium. Premium something B.
You can look that up then. I'm sure.
No,
Everybody in the chat room, we got 46 thumbs up, 81 watching. Come on, man.
that black version looks great too. I don't know what kind of wood that is or what kind of top that is, but it looks the bird's eye and all of it.
Go back to the guitar, John.
Johnny, the other one that was next to that, the black version.
That's the back, ain't it?
The black version has a it's got a Floyd Rose, the other version that was on the kind of the highlight picture right there.
Oh crap! That one?
Yeah, the blacker, darker one.
Oh, that's badass looking. Look at that.
1120.
Premium are made in premium are made in Indonesia.
What kind of pickups are those too? Those are different pickups. Those aren't.
That's the kind that looks almost exactly like the other top. So I'm guessing that they're putting that over the regular.
No, well, you think it's like a Photoshop thing?
Yeah, it's a video.
Yeah, that looks exactly.
Sometimes they'll even just do a Photoshop. Some companies, I don't think that's what they do with this one.
You know, somebody just pointed out
if the bird's eyes are in the same place, then it's a Photoshop.
Dan in New Jersey is like Ibanez is a brand name. Yeah, they're made by Hoshino and Hoshino Gaki is the company that does it, or Fujigen. Those are the two big factories, and any guitar made by Hoshino or Fujigen is going to be a prime piece of musical instrumentation. Just a great guitar. As far as the Indonesian stuff, you know, if you want to pay $1,500 for an Indonesian guitar, that's your choice. But the
bird's eye is completely different.
But the Hoshino and anything Hoshino, Yamano, Fujigen, absolutely worth buying.
It says poplar burl top, and it's American basswood. Yeah, so it's a
top. It's not a veneer. Ned's back.
I can always.
It's coming in and out.
I can always hear. I always hear like the landing, and then if I don't hear him, I'll feel him. He's always rubbing against my leg.
Did he bring you a present?
That seems like an affectionate. You guys, I was watching a little bit of last night. Was it? I don't know if it was last night or the other day when he was just hanging out with you. You did like a feed on your second channel, I think.
Yeah,
he was just
a
hanging
couple
out
days
there
ago. Yeah.
He's an affectionate little cat.
He is. Uh-oh. Are those NMs?
I heard crunching. I thought that was Ned.
Get the Costco sized M&Ms.
Holy
man, somebody's gonna make a no brown M&Ms package. It's gonna be an official no brown. M&Ms.
Man, I want some M&Ms.
Look at this, 3 pounds of M&Ms.
Wow,
Jesus,
62 servings.
Oh, 3 fucking pounds.
Look at I love it. Yeah, I love that per serving. You know how many servings there are on that thing?
Yeah. Please don't tell me you just bought
that 6, right?
Please don't tell me you just bought that today.
No. Could you imagine? I'd have diabetes by morning.
Exactly.
You could eat those with a spoon.
I had the diabetes by sunrise.
I got me a case of the diabetes.
Serving size. Okay, so there's 62 servings per container. So a serving size is this isn't bad. You know, you see Oreos serving size 2 cookies. Like what? So
you said Oreos, right?
Yeah, I did.
32. Huh?
That's not bad at all.
All right, yeah,
that's pretty good. I was gonna say, you know, serving size 4 M&Ms or something crazy. I gotta eat some of these.
M&M does offer personalized colors, so you can do your own. Yeah, you could do your own personal M&Ms. Let's get personal. Pick your colors. So you could do a no brown M&Ms package.
All brown.
Do that now.
Do that.
You couldn't do that now.
What do you mean?
Thumbnail.
Oh, we just came up with the idea.
I never heard of that. I didn't know that they would do that for you. But I guess
Single colors. Yeah, you can get a whole package of browns if you want. Single color M&Ms. This is the M&M talk right here. M&M hour.
11-piece neck. Jesus.
Johnny's showing the Ibanez. I thought I'm looking for M&M fucking dot on the neck.
What is that in the middle? Like the skunk stripe? Is that like a cherry? That's cool though.
Thank you, Mike has himself. I appreciate that, man. He likes some of my posts.
Renus Pinkle asks if there's any cons to hanging your guitars on a wall hanger. I don't hang my guitars, so I don't have an answer for you.
Dave says no, so I say no as well.
All the music stores do it. And
I guess if your guitar weighs about 30 pounds,
if they fall off, it's fucked up.
Yeah. If you don't find a stud, if you've got your guitar hangers just through drywall,
exactly,
and you put
it could be detrimental to your guitar.
You better make sure that fucker is stuck to the damn wall, man.
Yeah.
Get a real wall hanger like mount. Don't try and do it yourself with some kind of hanger. I've got a few of them that I've used. You want something that's not gonna hold it securely.
You got to find a stud.
Look,
you don't
see,
find
a stud. There, but look at
that's the most
exactly. You have to find a stud. You don't find a stud, you're relying on
drywall.
Yeah, Jay's got the 3-rack. I got the 3-rack over here.
The Hercules is awesome.
I got this. I don't know what kind this is. It's just an aluminum 3-rack there. I inherited that from the Hampton Beach Casino Ballroom years ago.
Crowbar says all M&Ms come out brown.
True. Before they have their candy coating, they're all brown.
Man. You know what Vi should have done?
What's that?
Finish the fucking secret jewel box.
Instead of getting rid of
that would work.
Instead of getting rid of his flagship guitar and coming out with an almost identical guitar, as far like it still looks like a variation of a gem, then call it a variation of a gem. He should have come out with a different guitar, like, you know.
Well, that's the way I would feel as an artist. Like, yeah, I mean, let's change it up a little bit. You know, let me get creative.
Here's what I would say to that. Les Paul tried that. Les Paul did the Les Paul signature, the Les Paul recording, the Les Paul this.
But what was the variation? There wasn't a lot of variation.
The Les Paul signature looked like almost like an ES335 set up like with a semi-hollow body. He did the Les Paul recording, which had low impedance inputs, different body woods. I mean, it really, if you look at the history of the Les Paul guitar.
Let's look at the history of the Les Paul.
A lot of the models that he tried to do, the variations on the theme, ate shit. You know, people, if they want a Les Paul, that's why they're buying it. If they want a gem, they want a fucking gem. That's why, you know, nobody is buying Steve Vai's guitar based under like an illusion. Like, you know what you're buying. There's a reason why you're doing. It's like buying a Jeep or buying a Subaru Outback. There's a reason why Subaru doesn't have to advertise the Outback. It's because people know what it is and they're going to buy it based upon what they want. You know, same thing with Jeep. People know what they want when they want a Jeep. They don't have to be sold it. So the idea that a gem or a variation on the gem, just give me a gem.
Yep.
I mean, just make it. I mean, there's a whole bunch of Les Paul.
There's your Les Paul lineup right there.
Is that your Tony Bacon book? Do you have the Tony Bacon book? Is that what you're going through?
Yep, yeah, exactly.
Look at the Les Paul recording. Look at the Les Paul signature, the Les Paul artisan. Nobody bought those guitars.
Hey, Paul.
Well, in the 70s, Crowbar
makes a good point. He says, yeah, but the variations were aside from the regular product line for the Les Pauls. They didn't replace them at the time.
Not true. The SG was a replacement.
Really?
Les Paul had nothing to do with the SG replacement.
Right, but it was still had his name on it. And
so
they were
these are the standard. The standard is, I mean, that's what people are looking for from like the 60s standards. And then into the 70s, nobody really liked
making a variation on a product line.
SG.
Make one that's going to be successful.
Yeah, I agree with that.
None of them were successful. None of those variations on the Les Paul were successful.
Yeah, but
the only one that people like, even the Les Paul Deluxe, ate shit the first time around. The Les Paul Black Beauty was great, but they didn't make them very long.
Right.
You're throwing shit against the wall to see if it sticks. I think when you've got a singular
Well,
thing,
the Black
when
Beauty,
you've got something that's
56
unique,
custom. That's what the Black Beauty. I didn't know it was as early as 56.
So the Deluxe was a dud, man.
the original Deluxes ate shit. Yeah, same thing with it, but same thing with the Explorer. When the Explorer first came out, it ate shit.
The Deluxe. Look at, I mean, how many? What year was that? 64. The Deluxe came out, but that's not what you remember from the 60s Les Pauls. Is that Deluxe? You remember like the Jimmy Page with the
only guy that played a Deluxe the only guy that played a Deluxe that people liked was Townsend. Townsend was the only guy that played. No, but I mean, the Deluxe that he played was famous. I think he played it at Isle of Wight. And the SG,
he played the SGs at the Isle of Wight.
The SG was originally a replacement for the Les Paul. Les Paul's contract was up in 1962, and he was going through a divorce with Mary Ford. So there's two reasons why he wanted his name pulled off it. One, he didn't like the design, and two, he didn't want her to get a piece of whatever royalties he was getting in the divorce.
Hey, Jay.
You can hear that?
Well, here, no. Look at this, man.
Oh.
Do you have any of those in there?
There you go. Nice.
There you go. Fuck yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
I don't know. Let me eat them all and find out.
I guarantee that would sell like fucking hotcakes.
But why? Why are there brown ones?
No, Michael.
Well,
it will sell like
that's just the logo on.
Say again.
It'll sell like hotcakes to 50-year-olds.
There's a lot of 50-year-olds running around.
I'm just saying, nobody gives a shit under 50. I mean, the sad part about it is Van Halen is not getting new fans. It's not like Zeppelin or the Beatles where people are being turned on.
Thank you, Billy.
Nah, that's a good point, I guess. I still like to see them do it, though.
Oh no, I don't disagree. I'd buy them, but still.
Well, a Van Halen pack would be all the original colors minus the browns. That
exactly.
would be a Van Halen pack.
Well,
so I mean, you can make those. Obviously, it looks like you can custom order any ones you want. And we all know the story behind it.
Yeah, but is
that
Van
in there.
Is Van Halen getting a piece out of those? Are they getting
Did anybody else?
Oh my God, everybody. Slow it down.
Hey, you guys, did you know that?
I mean, really, if you have to. And then there's how many?
Yeah.
What?
So, sounds like I'm out of here. Fuck you all.
You can hear me chewing. My wife said I'm chewing like a camel.
Has anybody else heard the other nefarious explanation of the no brown M&Ms clause?
I just know the one that's popular, so I don't know that one.
No, the one there's another one that no brown M&Ms spoke to the skin pigment of women backstage.
Get the fuck out of here! Really?
Yeah, that was the nefarious one that went around years ago.
Nah,
I was like, well, that don't make no sense to me at all. But that was somebody had mentioned that no brown M&Ms was also a code backstage, which I think is bullshit. But that's why I bring it up because
bullshit. That's. I mean, come on, really?
Yeah. I'm not saying I subscribe to it. I'm just saying I've heard it.
You heard it, okay?
And immediately disregard it.
Exactly, because whoever thinks like that, you're a fucking moron.
Disregard it, but bring it up.
No, I brought it up because fucking it's
because it's out there. Obviously, you brought it up because it's out there.
Yeah, I'm not bringing it up because I fucking subscribe to it. I think it's a moronic theory, but it's a theory that was thrown to me, and when I heard it, I was like, "Are you out of your fucking mind?"
I've never even heard that.
Well, yeah, I also come from one of the most racist cities in America, so.
Well, if I did hear that, to me it sounds like somebody just trying to spread hatred. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, because who in their right mind thinks along those lines? If you do, you're a complete fucking asshole.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
When I heard it, I was like,
Yeah.
Are there brown Skittles?
Yeah, it tastes like
purple. No, Skittles ain't racist, just M&Ms. They're only purple.
Well, I mean, really, what's wrong with the brown M&Ms? Because M&Ms are chocolate.
There's nothing wrong with them. He's saying is
brown. No, I know.
Yeah. You got some racist cocksucker that's trying to.
Oh,
yeah. No, I mean he's not wrong.
Well, I guess you can say whatever you want because you just paid for some of my gas.
No.
And that's one of the dumbest rumors that
Yeah,
I've
right. Let's move on to something. What rumor?
Who paid for your gas? What are you talking about, Johnny? I'm totally confused right now.
Earlier, the super chat.
So, guys.
Oh, okay.
That was you, right?
It was Ibanez.
Michael Smith donated.
It was me.
Because I'm driving. I'm driving in 2 weeks. I'm driving south.
Okay, cool. Well, are
you going to NAMM, Michael?
I was just gonna say I got news to announce. I got the ticket today.
Yes.
So I will be going to NAMM.
It's always funny to me that an event that's supposed to not be open to the public, everybody is at.
Well, obviously you know it. You got to know somebody. JJ got the tickets. Everybody knows JJ in the chat. Jaden James, he got me the tickets. So thank you so much, brother.
Hey, so to get that ticket, who'd you have to blow up on social media?
Well, I got to blow JJ when they get there.
I was going to say.
But he promised me, he said to me, though, I don't have to swallow. So I was okay with that.
As long as you get the tickets early enough in advance, it's not a problem getting them, right? Or is it really tough to get the tickets?
It's totally literally whenever you get them, you can keep trying and trying and trying. I think it's up to the 6th. I think it's the 6th, actually. That's the drop date.
But you can't go there and expect to get it.
No, there's no drop date. They raise the price after a certain time.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, okay.
You can get them for like $30, and then they end up being $50, and then when you lose it, you go back and you buy when it's $100.
I didn't pay for the tickets. You can get them aftermarket, and pay whatever, but
you just have to wear a wig and a fake beard.
That's it.
I'm
not gonna. I would never pay to go there though. If somebody is kind enough, of all my friends out here to give me a ticket.
Oh, so I shouldn't pay. I should just wait till someone pays for me.
No, it's free.
Do it.
It's free.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. So if but is it something who you know?
I did not pay a penny. Neither did JJ.
Well, that's kind of the way it should be. That's the way I figured it should be.
Chuck the Guitars is somebody that he knows from them, and he got me the ticket.
Yeah, that's how I got in. It's
good.
A friend of mine, a couple of friends of mine are in a band that was endorsed by Beane, and basically got me a pass through Beane Guitars, and we went and they were doing a signing at the booth, and I just went and hung out as sort of a member of their entourage.
Yep, that's how it works. I mean, if you know somebody to get you in front of whatever, you're in. Again,
is the summer NAMM always in? Is it just the Northeast or New York or was it Nashville last year? Or
that's
the summer.
That's the Southeast. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Is it Nashville?
Was it Nashville last year or?
I think so.
It's Nashville.
John BL, look it up.
Yeah. No, but is it different? I know it has been in New York. I mean, there's a New York summer NAMM once in a while, but I know.
Yeah, it's been in Chicago. It's been in New
yeah.
Orleans. It's moved around over the years.
Yeah.
Renus Pickle said Mike had to suck something through a hose from a guy named Ralph in a dark alley.
Okay.
I actually, one of the cool things, if you go to NAMM or if you go to the one in Anaheim, You don't even have to go into the convention hall. Just hang out at the convention hotel in the lobby, and there's usually a good cover band there and just a huge party going on, or just go from any of the hotels in the area and just hang out in the bars. Because to be honest with you, and anybody that's been there will tell you this, you go through, you see a couple of guitars, you see a couple of things hanging on the wall, but you wait a couple of weeks and that's all going to be in stores anyway. The real fun about it is running into friends, networking, and just the hang. Going up and a lot of the shit, like, you can't even get close to it. It's not even that good to me. I mean, it's like going to any other convention, like the World of Wheels and shit like that.
Did you go to Winter NAMM or Summer NAMM?
I went to Winter.
Okay. All right. What year?
Shit. It's got to be 4 or 5 years ago now, even more than that.
Okay. I went with Johnny the first time I went there 2 years ago, and I had access to just about anything. I mean, they really didn't.
It was too fucking crowded.
Oh, yeah. It's completely
Well, you're going to be like Caleb. You can get there early in the morning and when it's closed off.
You are 100% right. It is insanely crowded.
Yeah. It's too crowded, and you know. And it's cool though, because you do run into guys like fucking Bootsy Collins just hanging out, which is
oh yeah,
which is pretty kick ass.
Man, Michael Smith
or Phil Collin.
Michael Smith, man, literally. He ran into me. But yeah, Michael Smith, remember that? Remember how much cocaine?
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking awesome. It was ridiculous.
Wait a minute, this just took a turn here. What are we talking about? What's going on?
People were giving Johnny cocaine left and right. And I'm like, no, get back, motherfucker. Absolutely not.
Jeez.
Then he sold it and made $1 million.
Wow. I never heard that story.
He sold it and bought that armoire behind him.
What, the new EVH booth?
Yeah.
With a chocolate babka.
And for anybody out there watching it, joking, completely joking, don't take it seriously. You dumb.
Johnny does not do drugs. Johnny,
I've never done any drugs.
The only thing Johnny does is have a couple of beers. That's it.
No, then he does us.
He sells coke, but he doesn't do drugs.
Oh my god!
Diet Coke.
There you go. Renus knows where it's at.
The reason why I'm saying that is because you got some dickheads that may report this segment.
I know, right? Yeah. Oh well, if you don't say anything,
So we shouldn't talk about the fact that you traffic in children.
Oh
my god! This is taking...
Ray Riley Morgan says,
"I'm out, guys."
No, he drives a bus for the kids.
Oh boy!
See, it's all how you say it.
Well, it depends on who you're hanging out with at NAMM. I'm sure there's that crowd that.
Hey, everybody,
teach that shit out.
No, I think you're getting that confused with NAMM blah.
Enjoy the show.
It depends on what we're talking about, the drugs or the children. Which direction are you going?
Everybody, here we go.
Everybody watching, enjoy this right now.
Oh my god!
The channel's going to be deleted tomorrow.
This is the last show you'll see on this. Holy fuck!
So brown M&Ms, huh?
God damn!
Grandma said Johnny Beane. Oh, Nambla.
I got to read this question, you bastards. He says, "Is there anything wrong with being in a cover band?" What?
That's a good question.
What band are you covering?
Oh,
that's a good point.
There is nothing wrong with being a cover band. You can make a lot of money.
And you cover them. That's another point.
My buddy's making a nice.
They played.
My buddy's making a nice paycheck tonight playing Rudolph Schenker's guitar parts in a Scorpions cover band. So,
well, there you go.
Power to him. All money.
If you're thinking of forming your own band in like an original band, and you're like a in high school or something like that, don't go that route. Do a cover band. Form a cover band and start making money.
Cover bands make great money. I mean, You know, casinos pay a shit.
There's no money in original music these days. I mean,
but it's not all about the money.
Nowadays.
No, of course.
Cover bands make good money. Plus, that's a great platform if they have original music to sprinkle it in and see, you know, who might be there or, you know, promote their stuff. Absolutely, man.
Well, no matter what, the original music's got to be good.
Right.
Well,
if you want to make money as a musician,
it's a platform for them to do that, Johnny. You know, it's a way to get themselves exposed.
Oh, let's go back to what we were talking about at the beginning.
Well, kind of like this. I mean, you know, these videos, you know, when we go live, this is basically us being a cover band. You know,
because us jamming. We're jamming.
That's really what it is.
We be jamming.
Go back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the show when Jay brought up the Beatles. The Beatles were a cover band. I mean, the Beatles played. That's how they cut their teeth. Was going over and playing, you know, R&B covers and shit like that for 4 hours a night. I mean, our favorite band, Van Halen. You know, that's what they did. That's how they made their money. And then they snuck an original here and there. And
if you think about it, name a band that's successful that never covered another band earlier.
Well,
there's name it.
Fuck, the first 3 Zeppelin albums are full of covers.
That's my point. They you know,
right.
Everything.
All of our favorite artists started out as cover bands.
Yep.
You know?
Everything is derived from something that the artist heard in the past.
Hold on a second. Are you saying that any band, if they play covers in their set, is a cover band?
No.
Okay, because that's what it seems like, and I'm like,
no. What I'm saying is, name me a band that made it. You know, that went on for success.
Any band that
has cover a band previous.
Okay.
Yeah. Any band that has made their name through playing in bars and everything.
Yeah,
every band
derived something out of a previous genre or band or whatever.
Yeah, before you write original music, you're going to play somebody else's songs first. I mean, that's just the nature of picking up an instrument.
Yeah,
you know, you get together with your other 3 buddies and you play Louie Louie or fucking Smoke on the Water or, you know, Johnny Be Good or whatever it is that you want to play. And then you get up in front of 3 of your friends or you get up in front of your high school auditorium or whatever. I mean, that's just sort of the rite of passage to doing it. I think the original question, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jay, is there anything wrong with going out there now and making your living in a cover band? And no, it's a fucking great way to make a living. I have a friend of mine who's an electrician who was a drummer in a 3rd tier hair band in the 80s that's making more money now playing in 3 different cover bands than he ever made on tour. So, you know, as long as, and I don't know, the bar is responsible for paying for the licensing of the music or whatever the hell how that works out. But if you can make money playing music, whether it's your music or anybody else's music, shit, man, run fast.
If you want to make a living as a guitarist or as a musician, what are you going to do? What are your options?
Hold on. I have kind of something to say about that, because if you're saying like start out with the intentions of being in a cover band, if you want to play guitar and just play, if like your main goal as a 15-year-old picking up an instrument is, I want to be on stage one day playing somebody else's music, I think you're kind of
that's the wrong direction to focus.
I don't think I honestly don't think that would ever stick, though, because if you went ahead and started to play somebody else's music, that originality inside of you that made you pick up the guitar in the first place or whatever instrument, you're going to change it. You're going to want to do it because you have the passion for playing music.
It's all an avenue to show explore your own music. I mean,
it's like you start playing
cover bands.
That's what you're listening to, and that makes you want to play. And then that escalates to writing your own stuff. Like I couldn't wait to write like my first song and stuff.
Right. Exactly.
I
don't think so. I don't think so.
Johnny, what's your opinion?
I don't think everybody. You know, there's a lot of people, they just love playing the instrument, and then they learn how to play. They learn, 500 different songs, cover tunes, and then they end up going on to be the guitar player for some huge singer.
I mean, session musicians do that.
That's session player.
Yeah. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that.
Name me a session musician that never tried to go out on his own. I don't think there's any artist.
There's some that are just great musicians that never wanted to,
just to make a living. That's their job.
I'm just saying, nobody. I don't think anybody starts playing an instrument with I wouldn't want a high school kid joining just to be in a cover band.
Oh, Michael's gone.
Yeah.
Michael taps out.
I think he's had a few.
Is that anybody's goal when starting playing an instrument?
Well, I think one of the first goals for any musician is to learn somebody else's song.
Yeah, but I'm saying
learn how to play Pretty Woman. I want to learn how to play You Really Got Me.
Cover band.
I don't think. I think that there's players out there.
There are people that do that.
There's people that learn instruments that don't necessarily want to make their own songs. They just want to play, and they want to play the songs that they like. And those songs are the Beatles or whatever. And then eventually, if they get good enough and they get lucky, they're the guitar player for Paul McCartney eventually.
And by that time, they've learned they've kind of learned the chops, and they've learned how to play a couple different styles, and
Or maybe you're a guy like me who is not a good guitar player, not a good bass player and stuff, but is a singer, and so I can't write my own guitar parts, my own music. So I jump into a cover band and sing my 25 favorite songs. You know what I mean? I do think that there are people that go out there with the intent to be in a cover band because that's just what they want to do. I don't know that that's fulfilling. For me, it wouldn't be fulfilling.
I'm saying for the younger generation.
Well, I mean,
obviously, if somebody at the age of 35 all of a sudden is like, shit, I can sing, and they go out and join a cover band, that's one thing.
I guess at the end of the day, it's the love for the music.
Well,
everybody does it.
Jay, if you're a kid, all right, picking up a guitar right now, who inspires you?
It would probably be something more of a classic rock.
Right.
That it would be something older, and now
you got to think of our age group, though, right? Our age group. I mean,
no, that's why I'm asking a kid.
25, what inspires them?
There's really nobody out there, and usually the ones that want to pick up the guitar or the drums or the bass or whatever, it's because of the older music. It's not anything.
Yeah, and it's kids these days with their parents, who had a good taste in music.
There's a kid here in town who is a phenomenal guitar player. I think he's played with a couple of names like Sebastian Bach and stuff. His name is Nick Sterling.
Who's that?
And Nick Sterling, if you want to Google him. And Nick is a kid. I mean, now he's probably in his early 20s, but he started out as this little teenage, wonderkind who, for whatever reason, picked up a guitar because he saw Stevie Ray or Kenny Wayne Shepherd or whoever it was, and was inspired by them to do his thing. Nowadays, I can't think of a new generation of people, kids that are going out there going, man, I want to put a band together because Disturbed lights me up, or Slipknot lights me up. I don't know that there's anybody out there that's that inspiring to do that. The last, really inspirational bands, I think, have already come and gone.
Inspiring a lot of the younger kids.
Well, that was 20 years ago. I mean,
Slipknot's been around for 20 years,
right? Who is it in 2020 that's, or
is it Greta Van Fleet?
15 I mean, that's the name that keeps coming up. Joe Bonamassa. I mean, he's our age,
now.
I think you'd be surprised how many people get inspiration by everywhere, and it's not necessarily
what's the predominant
even music.
The predominant music that high school kids are listening to these days is, I would say it's hip hop. And
think of it this way, right? If you're a younger kid now and you're being inspired, like Johnny said, inspired by everything, but are you really inspired by what you're hearing or what you're seeing nowadays?
Well,
nowadays there's no line between. Back when we were kids, we were seeing guys like Eddie Van Halen do this wizardry and Vi and all these.
We were hearing.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I want to do that. Mm-hmm. And now it's just an image thing where they see these people up on stage and they're, all over the internet and TMZ and all this crap.
For guys like us at our age, was it MTV or was it the albums that inspired you?
Was it MTV or VH1?
No, but I mean, there's a generation before us that it was just the albums that I mean, the music that inspired them because they didn't have the
story
MTV.
of the Motley Crue, the Dirt, movie? That Machine Gun Kelly played fucking Tommy Lee. Who the hell is Machine Gun Kelly?
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
I missed that.
No. The point being, we're talking about the new Motley Crue movie. All right. The reason why the Dirt did well on Netflix, the big story was, oh man, Machine Gun Kelly played Tommy Lee.
That's the actor? That's an actor?
Yeah, and he's like a fucking hip hop artist.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that.
Was the story. That was not that the Motley Crue movie was great, but that Machine Gun Kelly played Tommy Lee. That was like the big story behind it. And Sean Mahoney brings up Rival Sons. Fantastic band, Sean. Maybe the best band in rock today. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody on the mass scale gives a shit about Rival Sons.
Well,
not a household name.
I mean, at your station, what's the
I've
newest,
never heard them.
The newest stuff that you play on your station?
Well, we're a classic rock station.
Well, so it's stuff. It's old stuff. It's stuff from bands that we've grown up with. The newest stuff would be Green Day or something like that on a classic rock station. I'm guessing. I mean, that's the way it is around here.
Yeah, you start talking about bands that haven't released. Like, there's no new band that is. You remember when like Pearl Jam's 10 record came out, not 10 Versus came out, or when the Black Album came out, or when Use Your Illusion came out. Those records sold 900,000 records in a weekend.
That's fucking insane.
In 1992.
There was a time
because there was no internet.
Came out. It was, but it was an event.
Yes,
the word got out.
The midnight release of the Black Album or something.
There
like
was
that.
no
Absolutely.
iTunes preview.
The Madison Square Garden, premiere of
you heard Enter Sandman, and it was like, oh shit,
or Pound Cake. You heard
until you walk into Guitar Center
a month before,
and you're like, oh snap.
Yeah,
I'll tell you one band that I'm really getting into lately. It's called Small Town Titans. I've been posting stuff for them up. This singer is fucking insane, man.
Is he killer?
Look them up. It's killer.
Killer. Johnny, question for you.
Where the fuck? Who's chirping at me, motherfucker?
You know who it is.
Yeah, you.
No, it's not me.
It's
the guy with the
you son of a bitch.
What?
Joe.
Question for you, Johnny. Name a band right now that is a pop culture phenomenon. Name a band that people are going nuts over, that causes people to buy T-shirts, that stops traffic, a band that was like that will change.
I'll give you one that's not near close to that. I just gave you the one I just said. Lilac. Anybody ever heard Lilac? They're all brothers. They're all brothers and sisters. Look them up.
Yeah, but you're missing the point.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are those ones that play in like the parking lot?
They play down
in like Santa Monica. They play like on Saturdays.
Yes. Yep.
You want the list of rock
bands
like
at the farmers market?
Yeah, they play.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The top 20 rock bands of 2019.
Imagine Dragons.
There you go, number one.
I've never heard of
Dragons, number one. Wow.
Yep, they were number one. Greta Van Fleet, number two. Panic at the Disco, number three.
Led Zeppelin's number two.
What?
Led Zeppelin's number two.
No, I'm talking of 2019. These are the talk. I haven't heard of them before.
Come on now, really?
PVRIS, Pivris. I don't know what that is.
Never heard of that.
21 Pilots. Weren't they already on there? Mumford & Sons.
Okay.
Fall Out Boy. So there are some rock bands that are still. I mean, I've heard of these bands. A lot of them. Lovely the band. I never heard of them.
I've never heard of most of those bands.
What? 21 Pilots.
I never heard of them.
Fall Out Boy.
Mumford & Sons. 20 Fall Out Pilots. I ain't never heard of them.
How many? Now go to those bands.
You say Fallout Powder?
Wallows.
Now,
Some
now
of these
find
I
out-
have the Glorious Sons. Now the rest of them, the bottom 10, I haven't heard of any of them. Beach Fossils, Alves,
Beach Muffles.
I haven't heard of any of these. Bob Moses,
Did you say beach fuckers?
Lou Moon, Cherry Glazer. I don't know if am I Moon Taxi? Are these for real? The Big Thief.
Moon
These are like
Taxi.
the bottom 10 rock bands of 2019.
so here you go.
Beane. There you
The
go.
bottom
Sunflower
thief?
Beane.
The
And
number one
Frights.
band was Imagine Dragons, right?
Yes.
Their first album, released in 2012, has sold 7 million copies worldwide, 2.4 million copies in the United States alone. Their follow-up album sold 500,000. The follow-up album to that sold 286,000, and their most recent album released in 2018 has sold 61,000 copies. That's the number one rock band in the fucking world.
I'm gonna throw in that Lilac band I told you about.
I've heard of them.
They do cover songs too. They do a cover of Enter Sandman, 5.2 million views. Okay.
Wow. Jesus.
Well, talk about YouTube.
Holy
views.
Diver, but you got to listen to this girl's voice. Holy Diver, 1.3 million views.
That's
Let's
the cover
talk
of the
The
Dio
Trooper
song.
by Iron Maiden,
Or the
1.2
Sabbath?
million.
Somebody just asked, somebody pointed out Fallout Boy. I forget who it was that pointed out Fallout Boy, right? Fallout Boy is big. Riley Morgan. Fallout Boy record sales. First album in 2003 sold 634,000 copies. They sold 2.7 million of a record in 2005. Then 1.4, then 449,000, then 162,000 in 19. They put out a record in January 19, 2018.
These are all classic rock bands at this point.
But they're not though. All of those bands that you just
they're
listed,
20 years old.
all of
No.
those bands
2000
are
well,
not selling.
15 years old.
10, 15 years.
Yeah,
I mean,
but they're not.
But then
they're
look at
not
the numbers.
selling.
Paul was just saying,
Yeah, and you're talking about albums that have been out for 7 or 8 years that have only sold 400,000.
What rock band can sell 1 million albums in 2020?
Tool.
Do they have something new coming out in 2020?
Well, they put something out a month ago or 2 months ago, and it
I
was
will say,
fucking
yeah.
massive.
I mean, if there's a,
but they're a 30-year-old band.
Oh, sure, exactly. That's my. I mean, yeah. I hate to admit it, but yeah. I mean, that's the point. There's not a rock band in 2020 there are the classic rock bands that will, look at the tour coming up, the Motley Crue tour coming up.
But that's the thing I'm talking about when we go back to the original question, which is, is being in a cover band a bad idea? No, because original bands aren't. They just don't. Nobody cares. Right. Nobody's buying those records.
We said that in the 90s too. We said that in the 90s.
You're right. And the band Lilac, again, I'm going back to them, they got their notoriety from fucking doing covers, man. And now they're sprinkling in some of their originals.
Mm-hmm.
Check them out, man. I'm telling you, that's a fucking killer. And they're young band. Like I'm talking like, I think the oldest one in the band is like 22.
Months.
Yeah. Silverchair. Remember Silverchair? That was a band for the early 2000s. Silverchair. I like those.
Silverchair was in the 90s, 1994.
Oh, was it that early? Wow.
I remember them.
Now they're called Wheelchair.
Yeah,
what was their hit? They did have one good hit. I like their first album.
Tomorrow was the big song on that record. Tomorrow, and then there was another one called Israel's Son. That first Silverchair record is good.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Yes.
It's called Frog Stomp. It's good.
There was a few of them in the 90s.
But see, like bands, even the second tier bands in the 90s, the bands like Bush were selling millions of records.
Yeah,
I like
they were. Yeah, but
Candlebox or something like that.
Candlebox is the first album on Maverick Records to go platinum.
Really?
Yes, they were the first release. Had Candlebox not gone platinum, Maverick Records may not exist. It was Candlebox first, and then Alanis Morissette. If it weren't for those two records doing well in the mid '90s, Maverick Records doesn't exist because.
But there's a dozen stories of record companies like that in the '90s that did that, too.
Yeah.
Did Madonna own that?
I love it.
Yeah, Madonna was the big investor.
That was her. Yeah.
Weren't the Deftones on that?
Yeah, but they wouldn't have been signed to that label had those other two records not popped. Had all the money they put in Candlebox and all the money they put in Alanis Morissette ate shit, that record label would have folded. So again, and we don't think of Candlebox as being a big band in the 90s. They're just sort of an also ran. Well, that also ran sold millions of records.
Yeah, that first Far Behind was huge.
I love that album. Yeah.
Change is a fantastic song.
First album's great, man.
Yeah, and the second record's pretty good too.
Yeah, it's all right.
Mr. Light, 1972. One of my favorite bands ever right there, Collective Soul.
Yep.
Collective Soul is
a great live band.
Collective Soul is the Cheap Trick of the 90s. They're nobody's favorite band.
There's really not many bad songs from my concern. Every time they come around, when I was in New York and out here in Colorado, I go, they are that good, to me at least.
Yeah, no, Collective Soul is nobody's favorite band, but they consistently do well. Everybody seems to like them. When one of their songs comes on, you tap your
hit
toes.
Machines. That's a good point what you said about Cheap Trick. They're hit machines.
Yeah, they're nobody's favorite band, but everybody, when you name drop them, they go, oh, yeah, I like those guys.
Yeah. JJ House of Gems. Brother, thank you so much, man. I'll see you in 10 days out there in NAMM.
There's a band that should be a household name. Seven Dust is better than 90% of the bands that they came out in the same time with. They write better songs. They've got a better singer. They're a phenomenal band. They got no love from their record company. They get no love from radio. They get no love from the public.
These were all the bands that I worked for. Static X. I mean, that I worked with. I shouldn't say I didn't work for.
Animosity is a great record.
Oh yeah, I mean, Shine. The song "Shine" is a phenomenal jam. I mean, that song is fucking
Ronnie.
Just amazing.
Fuck yeah. Just
a great band. Seven Dust is a great band. Easy. Good boy. Yeah, everybody likes to shit on Creed, but Creed sold millions of records, and by the way, those records are pretty good.
I like Creed. I thought Creed was good, man.
I actually like Human Clay more than the first record.
I liked Weathered. I thought Weathered was a fantastic record. Bullets is a great opening track.
What about everybody in the chat? What do you think is like a dark horse band that actually has a lot of fucking a lot of profit, a lot of success?
There's one for you, Michael.
Rival Sons.
You ever get into these guys?
Who's that?
I love
Widespread
Rival Sons,
Panic.
but nobody cares. Oh, I'm sorry.
I know Michael likes Grateful Dead. They're kind of a jam band.
Yeah. That show started. What was that? 1998. That tour is from.
Probably.
Yeah, they haven't finished that show yet.
98. Yeah, you're right.
It's like a dead end fish.
How about this one?
Cedar's good, man. They're good.
Another great example of a band that
I like the song.
Yeah, another band that came sort of late.
Johnny Lang. What was that?
Hey, are there any bands? This is a good CD. Or good, Jesus Christ. This is a good topic or question.
More Stain, a band that came every year.
Can you think of a record off the top of your head that you heard as like a brand new band, you never heard them before? All of a sudden, this song comes on the radio, and you're like, "This song is the shit!" And it made you go to the store and buy the CD just from hearing one song of a brand new band, and then the rest of the CD completely stunk. Can you think of any off the top of your head?
School of Fish.
What song? I like School of Fish. Which one?
3 Strange Days is a phenomenal song.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal song, but the rest of the record,
And then Jay, when everybody's done talking about that subject, what song did you hear that you did not know about the band and made you go out to buy the album, and the rest of the album kicked ass?
That's a good one too.
That's a good question.
Now,
there's been a few of those.
Let's know the song that you heard on the radio, you went running out to buy the album, and the rest of the album sucked dick. What do you think?
Mine is Space Hog in the Meantime.
Oh my God. He's
a band that
I was like,
I bought for one song. Yeah.
What?
No, it was Filter.
You know what's funny about this question though, Jay?
What?
Now you can go on and buy the one song.
Yeah.
When you were younger, you had to buy the fucking album.
Or the cassette single.
Or the cassette, yeah, exactly.
Single.
Single.
The 45.
So everybody in the chat, what's your input in this?
What about while they're writing it, what about you guys?
I was saying Filter. Filter's a band that I bought for one song, but I loved that whole album.
That's not what I asked you.
Oh, the ones that you don't like?
Yeah, that's the second question.
The Hazy's Vinny smoking in the big room. Trip Free Life is a fantastic song. The rest of the album sucks.
Metal Soda says Snot. No, that first record is the whole thing is pretty good.
Sponge was an album that I bought for one song that I didn't
Wax
like.
Ecstatic.
Meat Puppets, some of those Nirvana offshoots I didn't really care for.
That's a hard question, Jay. I'm really fucking battering my brain trying to figure that out.
The other side of that, the one that Michael asked about, what record did you hear and say that made you go out and buy? Drop.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh no.
Eating my
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Goodbye, True Stick.
Oh man.
Oh.
The dog's gonna come walking by. The drumstick's gonna be sticking out of his ass.
Please don't shove that stick up in the dog's ass.
Oh, he's sitting there and I just hear a crunch. I go, fucking got my Steven Adler drumstick in his mouth.
Oh, Steven Adler. That's a rare one. Man.
Somebody please timestamp that so I can go watch it.
Oh.
Yeah, when did that start?
A.G. Bushnoff, welcome.
Frank.
G. Hey, G.
I'm coming to NAMM, brother.
Yeah, G. We'll see you soon, dude. We'll hang out with
No.
No.
I have my worn. I don't even know.
I'm waiting for somebody to say one. No one.
Oh man.
I've got some drumsticks.
Tesla's Modern Day Cowboy. What? There's some good songs on that.
Tesla was the band that I bought for one song.
Metal Soda.
I like
Pulse
that album.
Ultra. Great example.
I have mine. Beat It by Michael Jackson.
What?
You thought the rest of the album sucked?
I'm just
The rest of the album was
I'm
amazing.
just throwing it in there because of Eddie Van Halen. Come on, guys.
Oh yeah.
Here's my drumstick.
Stuart Copeland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually
That's a heavy drumstick, man.
actually used too.
Johnny did that against the desk before he pulled it out.
Do you know what size that is?
That Steven Adler stick was used.
Yeah. Why does the tip look brown?
Yeah, that Steven Adler's tip. That Steven Adler stick was used, and I got a Danny Carey here somewhere too.
Well, your dog will have it in a minute. Hold on.
Oh no, he's gonna get fucking brained.
Gee, Butch.
Glad I caught him when I did.
Has his passes.
I'm totally glad I caught him when I did because he was gonna eat that fucking thing.
I'll give you an album that I guess I didn't run out and this doesn't count, I guess. Because I'm thinking Queensryche Empire because I forget what song it was. It probably was the title track. And then my brother,
I got that album free at the college radio station.
My brother was borrowing his friend's Empire record, or it was cassette. And I was like, "Ooh, let me go listen to this." And I took the tape, went upstairs, and was like, "Holy shit!" You know.
Drugs God in the New Republic from Warrior Soul was one of those bands that I heard one song and went and bought it and was like, this is fucking great.
Living Color, Vivid.
Yeah.
Cult Personality.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, that's one.
Only listening to that song. Next thing you know, the cassette keeps going. Like, oh, great record.
Wait, wasn't that Steven Adler's towel?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, see, I'll let him do this all fucking night. He goes after that drumstick again. I'm gonna fucking brain him.
Whose towel was that though? Or shirt? Oh. Listen to that.
Yep.
Yeah, he's fucking that all up.
Done.
He's a good dog, except for that fucking drumstick in his mouth.
His ass. I mean, in his mouth.
Fucking dog.
Oh.
My wife.
Where'd you find it?
Those dogs.
Where was
Took it
that
off a
drumstick?
shelf? Like if you,
he wants to get your attention, man.
yeah, I've got like I got shit on shelves, like where my CD shelves. You can see like there's just shit on the shelves, and he just is like, oh, that one's low enough. Think I'll go and grab it.
Hey, you guys see that flashlight on the third shelf over there?
Yeah.
Is that OJ's football?
According to him, that's big. He's like, fuck this noise. I'm getting that.
Did you
And
say OJ?
he got it. Beautiful dog, though, man. God,
He's a great dog. He's just got to stop fucking eating drumsticks. That would have. I had another dog. I had a German Shepherd years ago. That when I was living in New Orleans, I had an alligator head on a bookshelf, and it was a legit alligator head. And when they take those things and they shellac them and everything like that, the eyes tend to be marbles. They use marbles for the eyes, so it was like these deep green eyes, marble eyes. I came home one night.
The eyes are gone.
I found the eyes on the floor, and the fucking alligator head was nowhere to be found.
Oh,
so
he ate the head.
He ate the whole head. Yeah, he ate the alligator. He's sitting. You can't see
Protein.
him now.
It's like leather.
He's sitting down in front of me, like now, proud as a shit right now. He's like, "Ooh, look at what I got! I got a shredded towel." Fucking jerk.
Oh, we love Ace.
No, he's a great dog.
This is awesome. Well, my answer to my question is, I should say, I was homesick as a fucking dog. I was an EMT in New York City, and I went to lay down, go to bed, and I put my local radio station on.
When were you an EMT in New York City?
When?
Yeah.
1982.
Oh, okay. Because David Lee Roth was an EMT in New York City.
Yeah, no. And
I wonder how many people tried to go be ENTs just to meet Roth.
Right?
No. How many people pretended to be hurt?
Exactly.
Dave,
How many people did the splits?
Roth shows up.
Excuse me for a second. My dogs are barking at the door.
Anybody with a torn groin, they call the paramedics. He shows up. What are you doing?
What are you barking at?
How many ice cream men?
Johnny, you were looking for David Lee Roth pictures last night, weren't you? And,
Was I?
I had a good one too, and I don't know what happened to it.
Ooh.
Now the show's getting steamy.
Yeah. Did you guys hear? I forgot. I was going to write this down. Did you hear that Rod Stewart like punched out like somebody?
Yeah, the security guards.
did it really?
Yeah.
Why? I gotta hear about this.
Yeah. He and his kid got arrested. I got to run. Lemmy is upset about something, and I got to take her out.
Oh.
Okay.
Good evening.
Have fun
tonight. You coming back?
Thank you, man.
I'll try. I may tap back in. I'm not sure yet. I got to see what the fuck her problem is. So
All right.
she's freaking out.
If
Later.
not tonight, brother.
See ya.
See ya.
So
And then
and then I came back again in 87 or 88. And it was Surfing for the Alien.
What?
Surfing for the Alien.
What are you drinking over there?
I'm not drinking at all.
Surf and turf. Surfing for the
Surfing for the Alien. And it was Satriani Joe. He was good.
What's going on?
What just happened? I don't know.
I heard that noise. What was that?
What? I don't know. What happened?
Is he frozen?
Who?
No.
Oh my god!
Surfing for the motherfucking alien. Does that sound good?
Oh my god!
Okay. And I literally ran out to go buy the album, and I bought it. My mom was fucking tripping. She did not want me to go. I went.
This is like 2 weeks ago, but his turn. You know.
What are you drinking?
Everything.
What is that?
Soda.
Well, what have you had tonight?
Pepsi? You drinking Pepsi?
I'm not drinking nothing, man.
What are you taking?
Cocaine. I got it from
Cocaine's
Johnny.
a hell of a drug.
From Johnny.
Johnny, I wanted that.
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Mike's Hard?
Oh.
Yeah.
What's that in?
Man, it's a koozie.
Johnny, I was looking through an old magazine. I found this. I was wondering if you know about which guitar this was that Dweezil was playing.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah. I know what that is.
Starter.
Which one? Is that from the 5150 tour? Or
What year is that?
I want to say 91. Yeah, Randy Rhoads Benefit 91, December 91.
That's the only picture. I'm gonna assume that that's the 51 49 and a half, whatever it is, the Shamer.
So what's the origin of that instrument? Is it a Kramer? It's a Shamer. Well, you said Shamer, so is it not a Kramer?
Hang on. I'll get you the info.
Of course,
John BL.
Come on, can we get to the bottom of that?
Here,
Is
John.
Is he
Here,
playing
I'll
the
help
full
you.
piano?
Where's the tour catalog?
John.
You have that one with
Here. Take this.
Take it and use it and tell me what the fuck you want to tell me, man.
That's why I'm asking you, Johnny. That's why I'm asking you, man, because you and Nesdal know all this shit.
Mm-hmm. What Nesdal's sleeping?
Yeah.
I guarantee you that's the Shamer. Yeah. The headstock.
Was it something that Ed gave to Dweezil, or
no?
Okay.
No, it was a guitar that was built. It was like it was a guitar that was made
by the Hamer company, or was it a Hamer, or was it a?
It was a Shamer.
Shamer. Okay.
Yeah. Here, I'll find it. I'll find you a picture of it.
But I know Dweezil was close with him, and he does have a few of Ed's guitars, so I didn't know if he got that. From
that guitar has nothing. Eddie
okay.
did not give that to him. No.
Gotcha.
I think I smell skunk.
I thought.
I think.
What'd you see? Ned pull skunk? And
Ned.
Hang
on. Yeah.
Ned,
I think I smell skunk. Hang on.
Oh no!
Close that window.
Oh, here we go.
We got a problem now.
The skunk comes right in after Ned.
Ned's gonna bite the skunk's back, and it's gonna be all over the fucking place.
Man.
Vancouver. Well, I do have a couple unboxings. I know Johnny's not here, but I may as well get into it while we have some downtime.
What do you got?
A couple eBay finds. I do have this one.
eBay finds with John VL.
They got dozens of Snoopy postage on it.
We're gonna have a little window pop up. eBay finds with John BL.
These are all kind of like, I took a chance on it, but I'm not gonna pay more than $20 for any of these. So let's see. We'll see how it could be a fail. It could be a win. So let's see what I get.
Is it a Steven Adler drumstick? Half chewed?
I do have a Bun E. Carlos drumstick. Do you know who Bun E. Carlos is?
No.
Drummer for Cheap Trick. I have a few of his.
3 reasons to start investing.
Too bad. I don't know what that is.
That's me fucking open
see
up.
if you can figure out what it is by just this part right here.
Yeah, Joe it.
Somebody in the chat will know.
What is it? What kind of poster could this be? It's a poster, obviously.
Throw it in the chat. Come on, what is it?
Who mentioned their solo record over here? I saw. AI Gaming says my upcoming solo record is heavily influenced by Surfing with the Alien. Well, I want to hear it. Send it to me.
Let's see if they get it in the chat. Yeah, Barney Carlos, Rod Padgett says Cheap Trick. Yeah. I don't know. I don't see anything in the chat. Didgeridoo. It's not a didgeridoo. Holy cow. What is that? What am I hearing? Johnny, everything all right over there? Uh-oh. Guess not.
All right. Little bitch.
Was this Ned, Johnny?
No, I don't see any wins on the poster front there. Try it this way. What poster is this? It's upside down. Should be able to get it from that.
You should be able to get what from that?
What poster this is?
What? Wait, was that unboxed?
Johnny, I'm doing my unboxing. Come on.
Oh,
keep up.
I had to shut all the window. I had to call Ned in here because of the skunk. There's a skunk. It's horrible.
He didn't bring it in, did he?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ned Word. All right.
Ned skull.
There we go.
Nice. Swan song.
Only problem is it's a naked angel. But it's a cool poster anyway.
What is it?
I like my Led Zeppelin. Zeppelin poster.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the first one. I got a better one. I got a better unboxing.
Anything's better than that.
I knew that was, yeah. And after I bought it, I'm like, oh, you know what? That picture's a little...
John, did you hit you with the wrong show, bro?
Yeah. But I do have another one. This one might be better.
Oh.
I may as well just keep going with it because it's almost 2:30, so let's see what I got. And again, this could be a reprint, could be, I don't know. They all sell them as like originals, but I don't know if it's original.
Jay, Aussie Tiger says, meh.
But this does look like,
yeah.
Meh.
Dude, look at this shit already.
You are a fucking M&M animal.
This looks like it's
every 2 seconds you're fucking chewing.
Look at Ned. Come on, man.
Love the Ride the Lightning t-shirt, by the way.
Wow.
It's a program.
What's wrong?
New Jersey. It seems like it's original. 1979, August 13th.
Wow.
Van Halen with the screams on the boardwalk. There you go. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of cool. $1 off admission tonight. It's just a concert program, but it's cool. The cover was cool.
Can I guess that Johnny did the two farts? Am I right on that one? That the 2 farts and the shotgun were Johnny, right?
Wrong. I hit the shotgun.
Michael.
God damn it.
John Scout presents Jersey Shore.
Sometimes I really regret buying this damn sound machine and getting it.
I always wanted to learn the guitar.
Here's the quote. Certainly Van Halen appears to be the heir to Led Zeppelin and king of the hard rock peak. The talented quartet is making its first Asbury Park appearance. We're confident they will be here many more times.
I think it's getting to the we're getting rude here.
Hey, I'm just showing some Van Halen memorabilia
that wasn't me.
right here.
Well, I'm just saying that John's trying to read something and
this looks to be the real thing, though. I mean, it looks to be a real tour. A real show program from 1979.
You think it's real though?
I don't know. The paper looks real. It's like kind of yellow. It's yellow.
Yeah, those look like real paper.
Where'd you get it from?
eBay.
That's pretty cool. Show it again.
It's one of those things I took a chance on for eBay. You know, I'm not going to pay more than $20 for something like this, and
Exactly.
I paid like $12 for it. So
you know what? Even if it's not real, that's still badass to have. You know what I mean? Even if it's not totally original,
the cover is kind of
cool. Badass to have.
I mean, it's an original artwork cover.
Yeah, exactly.
Van Halen and the Screams. I've never heard of the Screams.
And that's been Sunday, January 5th's eBay finds with John Beane.
Thank you all. I know sometimes you find those, you know, if you can get a good eBay deal, that's just something you've never seen before. It's always cool.
I just pulled up. There's actually a band called Screams from '79. So
formed in 1977, the Screams looked to British pop bands of the '60s for inspiration.
Sounds like somebody's rubbing their the balls of their pants on the microphone.
Yeah, somebody's running their nuts over the fucking microphone.
That wasn't me.
Wait, John Beale's gonna open that package.
Oh well. I thought it was cool. It was interesting.
I think it's badass.
What the hell? Keep an eye on eBay. There's some good stuff there that people overlook. So I mean, for cheap too. So that's what I look out for. Like this stuff behind me, you know. You get this stuff. Good deals on eBay. So
how much is that flag behind you? That VH flag.
Doing that.
John?
This one,
yeah,
it's probably a reprint. I think I paid like $8 for it.
That's my point. That's
plus
awesome.
a couple bucks shipping. So
$8, still whatever, $10 to get that. That's fucking killer.
I know Johnny's always on top of the eBay stuff because I'll usually show him the stuff that I find, and he's like, "Oh, I already saw that." You know,
Johnny's already seen everything.
So yeah, don't forget the Swan song.
Oh, nah. I've never been a huge Zeppelin fan. I mean,
well, I know, and the more this poster is a little not exactly what it was a kind of more of an impulse and then it's like
it's like wear the pants.
Naked Angel.
I fucking love Zeppelin.
I love Zeppelin. I mean, Zeppelin's probably number 2 for me.
Whoever sent you that post, you should write to him and say, "What was the point of putting it in a damn tube? The thing's folded."
Yeah, right. Yeah, what do you think about Zeppelin?
I think they're. Let's see. How do I say this?
The deeper you dig the Led Zeppelin catalog,
they have great songs. They're almost like a. To me, not the music style, but a Motley Crue, where like they have an album and there's like 3-4 awesome songs, and the rest is filler. That's kind of how I feel about Led Zeppelin. Like each album, I love a lot. I love a few songs, and the rest of the album's like, yeah, it's okay.
I feel like that's a band that I've heard just about every song they've released on the radio. Every song that they released from, what do they have? 6 albums, 7 studio albums from 70 or 69 to 79.
So Jay, on Physical Graffiti, what songs you think?
I don't know. I can't name that. I don't know what song.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
It's the Wanton song.
Like I'm not that big of a Zeppelin guy. Although the songs that I do like I love them. They're great songs.
We love them.
But
what's your favorite Zeppelin song then? How's that?
Probably maybe the Immigrant Song might be one of them.
God, it's so good.
Yeah, it's a great. Just just the
so heavy for
1972. Yeah. Keep doing that. Wait, Jay. Jay, do the guitar.
I don't, dude. I can't even move my mouth.
Just sing it. Just sing it.
Oh.
Jay, that's called a setup.
Hey, it's
yeah. Where's Paul? What happened to Paul?
Clayton James Hicks says,
did he leave or did he just like die? Go on.
He's telling John and Johnny that it's Saturday.
His drumstick got chewed up.
Yes, Clayton James. It is Saturday.
Clayton James Hicks, 1998 Hicks. Today is Straturday. That's right, man.
Thank you, Clayton.
It still is here. Thumbs up, you guys.
So Clayton was born the same year that Van Halen 3 came out.
Really? Are you sure that's his?
Really?
His age? Maybe that's just the year. Maybe that's an important year for him. Maybe he. I don't know. Big year. Graduated from high school, maybe.
Dutchy 5150 says the Rain Song. Awesome tune.
Well, so do you consider the Rain Song as a two-parter with Song Remains the Same?
Yes.
Or is it it's one of those Zeppelin songs that was a two-parter, like what's the other one that you can only play them on the radio back to back? Come on, help me out.
Living, Loving. She's under
Living, Loving, mate. She's just a woman. Exactly.
Yeah, there's like all-time great riffs from Led Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm.
I know it makes sense because how early and rock and roll and stuff and heavy or some of that stuff.
No Quarter, that's a great one. Just a great kind of like Zeppelin was known for their long songs, Stairway to Heaven, Achilles' Last Stand.
Yeah, and
they were like 10 minutes plus for a lot of songs.
Yeah, and Page and Plant always said they did not consider themselves a heavy metal band.
Mm-hmm.
They were just a rock and roll band.
Heavy metal. I wouldn't put them in the same league as Black Sabbath or something like that.
Oh, fuck no. But a lot of people did.
Right.
Well,
who were their contemporaries in the 1970s? Because the 70s was
the Who.
The Who. That's who you would compare Zeppelin to today.
Led Zeppelin.
The Bee Gees.
Yep. Pete Townshend said that the music's going to take off like a Led Zeppelin.
ABBA.
ABBA.
Yeah, ABBA.
I like ABBA. Maybe I'm weird. I like them.
Hey. That's your
I like all types of music, man. I like ABBA a lot.
Country and Western.
Big Streisand fan, are you?
Barbara's not bad.
Stones. Yeah, I could, for a couple of bands that I could, if I could only choose one or two bands like desert island bands, Led Zeppelin would be one of them. The Who, Van Halen. I think those are probably my top 3. And we get into every week we do this. I think it feels like every week we do this. Like, who's your favorite?
Now, here's a question, John. Does it change? Right? I mean,
oh, it has changed definitely
with those 3.
No, it's changed for a long time. Van Halen wasn't in the top 3.
Yeah.
Throughout the 2000s.
Okay.
I kind of neglected them a little bit.
Okay,
Oh,
Johnny, give her this motherfucker.
You guys know where I'm coming from.
Good night, John Beale.
Did you literally shut him off?
He's gone.
Oh
He's
God!
done. I don't see him.
John B. Never seen before, never seen again.
John, bye bye. No, I'm just kidding.
Busting balls. There you go.
Come on.
Kansas, there's another good one.
What's that like? Let me see what that's like. I don't know.
It's like being in purgatory, Well, who do you guys feel like in that category?
I don't even know what the hell we're talking about anymore.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he was saying. Actually, John Beale, you should ask the chat that question.
What was the question? I forgot the question.
That question.
The top three, or
get the answers.
Bands that you may have kind of neglected over the years.
Actually, we'll do that.
My top three were.
We'll do.
If I had to say for lifetime top three, it would be Van Halen, The Who, and Led Zeppelin.
We'll do this. Okay, what's the question?
What's it?
I don't know.
Tell me the question. What you were just saying, like, what would you like to ask the people?
If it was, I guess your top three, but then what band may have fallen off that top three at some point? I think when I started really listening to classic rock, Led Zeppelin's always been there. The Who's always been there. But for a while, I didn't listen to Van Halen in the years, between, I guess, between Sammy and Dave, I guess, those years, I for a long time, I was jaded about it. I didn't really listen to them a lot.
All right. So is this?
I don't know what the question is.
Is that what you mean?
No. Top three desert island bands.
You could only have three bands that you could listen. I think I would definitely put at this point those three in there. Van Halen, The Who, and Led Zeppelin would be number 1, 2, and 3.
What are your top three desert island bands? Answer the chat.
So
is it rock bands or just bands?
Anything. The music top three. Well, no, because you know what, I would probably substitute one of those with something classical. Beethoven would be in there.
See, now you're getting too specific.
No, so rock bands. Yeah, keep it at rock bands. Metal Soda says Bad Company, Aerosmith, and Guns. Those are three. AI Gaming says Hendrix, Zeppelin, and AC/DC. Those are strong contenders, definitely. Montrose, Mitch Heyman, the Beatles, of course.
The good thing would be, like, if you can listen to anything from that band's library, picking a band that has an extensive library. Like, think about Rush, you know? Mm-hmm. But if you think about a band that had like one or two good albums, like a Guns N' Roses, for instance.
Right.
You know? Like, there's obviously...
God, I love Rush.
But then, like, in my opinion, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 could have been combined into one really
There's a lot of filler there.
Half and half.
Dutchie says Van Halen, the Beatles, Pink Floyd. Michael Smith, Rush, baby.
That's it, just Rush.
But honestly, if it was kind of desert island, I would put I think Beethoven's Ninth has always been one of my. Just to sit in a piece that you could listen to from beginning to end that's like 75 minutes long, that is just, one of the best pieces of music ever written in history.
Yeah.
That I could, but then again, the whole Beethoven catalog, I don't know about. Beethoven's Ninth is one of my favorites.
Well, I didn't even hear the question. I just heard Rush, and I was like, Rush, baby.
Look at the screen.
What the fuck's the question?
Well, some people were saying desert island bands or desert island music.
So, which is it? Desert Island music.
Look at the desert island music is what we decided on.
Okay, how many bands? 3?
What's it say, Michael? Can you read?
I can't read now.
3 top 3 desert island rock bands.
Says 34.
38 special. What?
3. Okay, all right, 3. Here we go.
38 special.
Mitch Heyman says, I loved Robin Trower back in the day. I saw AC/DC back in the mid-'80s. They're top for me. AC/DC is definitely probably in my top 5. As well as Pink Floyd, the Beatles. I mean, top 10, I suppose.
Man, I can get the first 2 easy. The third one is fucking hard. Because my favorite bands are Van Halen and Rush.
Mm-hmm.
So to pick the fucking third one, man.
I'll be honest. I was listening to you were talking about Use Your Illusion, the Tokyo. I don't think I have the DVD cover, but the Tokyo Dome concerts, the Use Your Illusion tour videos that Guns N' Roses put out was
they're killer.
Awesome. I mean, and it's pretty much there. It's a 3-hour concert from the Tokyo Dome on 2 DVDs, which is just a great concert video. And Rush is another band that's put out a lot of great concert videos.
I fucking love Rush. Metal Soda says Queen, saw them. Triumph, saw them. Rose Tattoo, never saw them.
No, I don't know. Triumph is, a kind of a one-hit. I wouldn't call him one-hit wonder.
I think I'm more than one hit, though.
A one-year wonder, pretty much.
I guess Van Halen, Metallica, and then
you're a Rush fan, right? I mean, Jay, you're
hard.
Or you've got some heavier stuff that you probably would put in there.
I don't know. Maybe I might choose
Van Halen, Metallica. How about Anthrax?
No, I mean I do love Anthrax, but
there's some good answers. These guys. We got
really
Jason Wade, the Zeppelin, the Allman Brothers, Metallica.
To me, it's hard to get that third fucking band because I know my first 2, no doubt. Who do I pick as a third, man? There's so many good bands out there.
I mean, when you want to limit it like that, and I don't know. I mean, right now I would say those are my Van Halen, Led Zeppelin, The Who are my top bands that I listen to nowadays. But it's changed. It's ever changing. Dan of New Jersey says The Who, Dire Straits, Springsteen. All great classic. I mean, classic rock. I could just live off of a classic rock station,
I gotta back off on Springsteen. I like some of his songs.
Yeah, there's not.
He doesn't.
And he was kind of a cover guy himself. He did a lot of other people's music.
Yeah.
But Springsteen got a great catalog himself.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Sick catalog.
If you like.
If you like a catalog.
Simon Williams says, "Good morning, Johnny, Jay, Michael, and John BL."
Good morning, Simon.
Simon,
how you doing?
Is it morning already? Damn, it's like fucking 2020 now. January.
What? Simon, are you guys doing your thing tonight? Simon's a part of a show.
Yeah, we should fucking bombard him.
Are you guys gonna go on?
On.
Hey, Jason Wade's here. I think I saw his name earlier. What's up, man?
What's up, Jason?
Jason.
G. Bushnoff talks about Primus. That's another band.
Primus is fucking
great band.
11. What a fucking on the bass, man.
Just funk. I mean, I love that kind of the bass players. Like Jocko and Les Claypool. Jocko was
Jack off.
It's
for a long time.
Jocko.
Jocko. Call him
It's
Jocko. Call him Jocko. It's like Jocko. It's like kind of a hybrid between Jocko and Jocko. It's like oral. We talked about that last week. Oral and Arl. Anyway.
Wow.
No, but I guess in that kind of interim period when I didn't really listen to a lot of Van Halen, it was like that Jocko and
Jackal
Primus kind of stuff. The bass, a lot of that.
Well, and their drummer back then, Herb. He was
Herb Alexander, yeah.
Yeah, Herb Alexander, yeah. He was awesome.
Well, then Brain too, Brian Brain Montoya.
Who was Alexander?
Herb Alexander?
Was that him? Yeah, who was the one? Yeah, because they're local. They're local. I mean, they're based
San
out
Francisco, right?
They're based
out
of Richmond or Bay Area. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we would see those guys. Yeah, I saw Claypool.
Primus.
He came into the shop. I worked at the shop years ago. He came in.
I called him right there from his shop.
Yeah.
What did he come in
Well,
for?
how about his quote for when Metallica was looking for a bass player? His quote about his audition for Metallica.
And doesn't his rendition
went in there, played some
and James' rendition of the story, don't they kind of like
played some Isley Brothers and wanted to jam on some Isley Brothers. They didn't, they weren't
interested.
Yeah, there's a discrepancy between the different stories.
Yeah.
Jason Wade.
You want to know, Johnny, if you still have the Barry Manilow fan club.
What? Yeah.
Barry Manilow fan club.
Barry Manilow know you rate his wardrobe.
Oh my gosh.
What? I don't even.
It's Breakfast Club, right?
Oh, okay.
But no, what I was saying though was Les Claypool came into the shop, and I was at the front counter. It was me and this other dude, and he comes in and he was asking for the owner, and the owner wasn't there that day. But actually, he was asking for a certain part to a bass. He wanted a well, I can't remember exactly what it was, but we didn't have the keys to go to the part of the shop that had the certain parts like that he needed. And so we're like, yeah, we can't get over there, so you'll have to come back. We're telling this to Les Claypool.
Yeah, the guy with the keys isn't here.
Yeah. But so what I said to him though,
he says you're up Schitt's Creek.
No, this was back in 2000 or 2001. That's when this was, and I had just worked with a engineer. I guess I had just done a session at this engineer's house. I did an original song, was recording, and this engineer had also worked on the Oysterhead album, which was Claypool, Stuart Copeland, and Trey from Fish. Yeah. And so I had known about that record kind of before the record was even around. I kind of knew about it because I'd been working with the engineer. And so I knew that Claypool was working with Stuart Copeland. And of course, me being a huge fan of, I've showed you guys my drumstick, huge fan. Actually, I'll put the, where are we? In the corner above Jay, I'll put a link to where when Copeland signed that stick for me. There's video of that. But anyway, I remember telling Claypool that I was a huge fan of Stuart Copeland, and what did he say? He's like, oh, of course, or like we all are, or something, And then it was after that the Oysterhead record came out, and then I saw them. They played live in Berkeley.
Yeah, there's a video out there. I have one of the
actually
cool compilations where they have an Oysterhead. It wasn't Lollapalooza. It was one of those festivals, though. Maybe Burning Man. I don't know. It might have been one of those 90s festivals.
The one down south.
Bonnaroo? Was it Bonnaroo, maybe?
It was Bonnaroo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Bonnaroo. I remember that, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Johnny, I heard the rumor that Copeland actually is Andy Summers, I think. So which one from the police?
The police broke up?
Yeah, no.
Wait.
Spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Here we go.
I think it was 2 years ago.
Dude, I lost my stairs. I can't get up there. Andy Summers signed a magazine to Michael Smith.
He's up in your attic?
That I got from Michael, and I can't
that's right.
Get
Michael grabbed a bunch of copies.
I'm gonna have to, dude. I'm gonna have to try to get up there, and I know it's. But see, it makes it extra special.
Yes, it does. 2 years later. That's right.
But look out, the pages are all stuck together, man.
Oh. I'll stick the rest of them together.
Oh. Yeah, actually, I do have a ladder. Although we actually just set it up in the garage for Ned for a cat door we just made for it, so he doesn't have to jump through this window.
What are you saying? I'm gonna have cat shit and fucking dead animals on it?
No, but I'm gonna have to grab the ladder from there and then
okay,
and then get up there and find that.
That's fucking awesome.
Swan Dong. Who was the first Swan Song artist? Can someone in the chat tell us that? It's the first artist signed to Swan Song albums. Come on. Any of you guys know?
I'm on a minute, so I'm on typing it in.
It's not that difficult.
What? Who was the first artist on Swan Dong?
Simon Williams got it. I guess the chat's behind a little bit. Maybe. There you go. Simon Williams, Hardwood Stakes got it. Bad Company was the first band that Jimmy Page signed to Swan Song.
Were they really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Cool.
That first album, that first Bad Company album was, I mean, that's pretty much all their hits for the most part.
That was killer. Oh my God, yeah.
Great album.
Killer.
They literally took off after that.
You guys, join my Facebook group. We just passed 13,000 members. Thank you. Oh, we got 4 people. 4 people want to join. We have 19 new members. I'll just look through here, make sure there's no weirdos. Okay.
Tell these people that in order to get approved, they have to watch the show.
Yeah, I know.
That's right. You got to comment.
I know. I should. I'm working my way. I'm working my way through.
Tell them that in a certain show, like, hey, on Friday's show, at some point, I say the secret word. The password is. And you have to watch the show to find out what the
exactly
what the is, you know?
What is it?
Yep. And then you have to message me back what it is. The password is nipple. I'm not saying nipple to my mother.
Okay, what is this?
The password is wrong color to a guitar.
Yeah. The answer is Keithel.
I don't know what this is.
Wrong color guitar.
Well, I'll be at NAMM, so maybe I'll go there and fuck around with them.
You should see if it's on the shelf. Hey, do you have a salmon pink 7-string Osiris?
I'm looking for a color that kind of resembles a fish. Can you help me with that?
A dead fish.
Yeah. You should ask if they have a 7-string Osiris in salmon pink.
Let me know. I'll do it, and Johnny will film it. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You should, man. That'd be funny.
Be fucking hilarious.
The password is hashtag justice for Jay.
The password is fucked up guitar.
Fruitcake Tony, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Minnesota.
Mitch Heyman says Simon Williams, I will be the oldest in here at 64, just 8 months younger than Eddie Van Halen.
Okay. So, chat room, who's going to NAMM this year? Who's going to come chill out with us? Jay, you're not going, right? No. John?
No.
Okay. God damn it. You guys got to come out there, man.
I know. Next year I got to do it.
Hey, this has been, I think, almost at least the first anniversary of Straturday night.
Is it?
It may be the first anniversary.
Hold on a second.
Or the first plus a week or two.
Hold on a second. There was a Saturday night show before John BL.
Well, when Johnny started calling it Straturday night. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Johnny started calling it, I think Straturday night was a year ago.
You know what I can't believe? I can't believe that it's not butter. That's one thing. I also can't believe that we used to do 2 shows on Fridays.
Yeah.
I thought about that.
Friday
Oh my
night, man.
God,
I thought about that the other day. We would do the main thing, and then we'd go live later.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, it was Friday, not Saturday. Sorry, John.
Wasn't that Monday, Wednesday, and then 2 on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what you used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to sit here for 2 hours on a Friday, at least 2 hours. Take 2 hours off or an hour and a half off and come right back and do 3 hours, 4 hours.
Like a halftime at a fucking football game.
Yeah, intermission.
Metal Soda, that's a good question. Where is Steve? We miss Steve. I would love to see Steve again. Steve Anderson.
Yeah.
He's the original Straturday night host.
Remember when he ducked
Friday night host
because it was too close.
G. Bushnoff. Well, hang out, brother. So you're going to be there. Zach Dong says, "Do it, Michael Smith." I'm guessing he's talking about the Kiesel disaster.
Do it.
Well, don't cause a scene, but it would be funny just to take a little jab at him.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here. Come on, do it.
That's from a movie, guys. I'm sure everybody knows that.
Starsky and Hutch.
But when you guys get there, you got to send me either a couple pictures, or a video of the Kiesel booth, and we'll see if they have it. If they have my old guitar on the wall,
that would be
that would be crazy.
Awesome if they did. And say
one of their showcase guitars.
Say they have it up there for like $1,700, and then Johnny can film it. I'll go up and tell him.
It's a collector's item nowadays.
That looks pretty damn cool, man. I mean, that color. I'll give you $7.
Yeah,
it's legendary.
Imagine if somebody wanted to buy that guitar just because they saw it on here.
Yeah, right.
That'd be nuts.
It's like a famous guitar now.
It's the most infamous Kiesel guitar there is.
It really is.
Yeah, but what's fucked up about that, God forbid if it happens, you don't get none of the royalties.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get that thing back, man.
I'll call him up. Hey, I know I was refunded my money, not by you guys, but by the credit cards. But can I have that back?
Everybody wants that guitar now.
Or how about buy it?
Sure.
How about buy it and then return it because the color sucks?
That already happened once, I think.
That's what I'm talking about. Do it a second time. Oh, this guitar is the fuck, pink? What is that? Salmon? I want my money back, motherfucker.
That's not pink. That's puke.
Yeah,
exactly.
I should watch the video back of me unboxing it, just so I can see the look of like what?
The look on your face. Yeah.
Thank you, Metal Soda. Nerd Helen, brother.
There you go.
Fuck yeah.
Didn't they play tonight? I think they were playing somewhere.
Yeah.
Tonight, ain't they?
I think so.
Johnny, can you talk?
Nerd Halen.
What?
Are you allowed to talk right now?
Yeah, I was getting yelled at. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Shut up.
What did Ned say? Meow up.
Meow. Meow. How about what was it? Super Troopers? Meow. You guys. So you guys haven't seen Wet Hot American Summer? We were talking about that earlier. Jay, were you? Michael, were you part of that conversation?
No.
Wet Hot American Summer?
No.
It's a great movie. You gotta watch it. I'm telling you, just watch it and report back to me next week.
What's it called?
Wet Hot American Summer.
White Hot American Summer.
Wet Hot American?
Wet Hot.
Wet Hot?
Wet. Okay.
My God. I guarantee this is one of those things I guarantee you will love.
It's
one of those movies that I guarantee 100%. You can give me shit next week if you don't like it, but it's one of those movies you will freaking love.
What's it about?
What's it about?
Tell us the ending.
The ending. What's it called? The American satellite falls to Earth and destroys part of.
Tell me the fucking ending.
Why would you tell us the ending? You want us to watch it?
Does it really sound like that's what happens? That does happen, but what the hell was not the American? What was the American?
Christ.
Space station.
I'll give everybody homework to watch a movie called Upgraded. Upgrade.
Movie called Rock Hard 2.
All right. There you go, guys. This is your homework.
Upgrade's a movie. Upgrade's a movie. And Johnny, I put myself out there a few weeks ago. Upgrade's a movie that, for whatever reason, got me through when I was going through my issues with depression. Look it up. Upgrade. It's a mind movie. Awesome.
Oh, is it I don't want to
say it. What?
No, I was gonna say, is it like one of those like they make the audio things with like about
self-help?
No, not just self-help, but just like positive.
No, it has nothing to do with that. When it happened, I was literally in my darkest place. And for whatever reason, I was laying down, didn't want to give a fuck about anything. And I happened upon this movie about a quarter of the way in. And then I recorded it and watched it again. And my therapist says that probably helped me pull me out of the issues I was in. So, yeah. So I'm open, man. I don't lie. Tell everybody about it. If you all got some kind of depression, you're feeling bad, don't be ashamed. Do not be ashamed, because it will fuck you up if you don't fucking act on it. So there's that.
That's Wet Hot American Summer. Good stuff.
That looks funny.
It's a parody of like the Meatballs and that kind of 1980s camp movies. It's just a great film. I mean, it's just hilarious. I mean, it's just off the wall comedy.
Now, is it the same characters or the same actors and stuff that are in the show as well, or no?
Yeah, the show is just kind of like I know they did a Netflix version of it recently. The show is just like a continuation of.
But it's all the same people.
Yeah, it's all the same people. It's
that's
Janine Garofalo, Paul Rudd, everybody you've heard of it. What's her name?
Metal Soda, real quick. Metal Soda, look at
Elizabeth Banks.
Google Nerd Hallen. They'll tell you how much the hoodie is.
Anyway,
I forget
I've seen that. Metal Soda knows what I'm talking about. I've seen that, John BL. Anyway, I'm just saying, if you want to pick up, get in a good mood, that's a funny, like just stupid.
Well, I'll look it up, definitely. And look at that
homework. That's your homework for this week.
Look up Upgrade too. I'm telling you, man.
Sure, definitely. I like this one. Anyway,
it's a sci-fi. It's a sci-fi
here in the East. I'm good if you guys are good. I got to get back to reality this week. It's 2 weeks off for.
Oh, that's right. You had off, right?
I'm glad you said reality.
What was the alternative? I got to get back to. Got to get back to something else.
Virtual reality.
It's all good, man.
Are you doing what I'm doing or something?
It doesn't take much for Johnny to just.
What, brown M&Ms?
That's right.
How you doing, Jay?
Let's get some custom M&M packages. That's a good idea.
Oh.
Try and look into that.
I wonder if they'll allow you to put the Van Halen logo on them.
No, I think it'd be better without it. Just a package of M&Ms.
About making the one with the logo.
Yeah.
Or you're just saying the lack of? Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't let
Just
you
a
do that.
package without brown M&Ms. I mean, that's it's plain. Don't say anything about it. That's just it. You know. I bet back in the day, you know, if you could probably, you know, you buy 5,000 packages of regular M&Ms in 1982. At some point, you're probably going to get a package without brown M&Ms. You think? Maybe.
I don't know,
And
that's
with
a
that,
lot. Nowadays, it happens with the fun packs with